Welcome in. Soccer over there. Nick Khalifi is on the way, lost somewhere in the streams, getting out of the kitchen and whatnot. He'll join us here shortly. It's a good night. You got second division Argentine action on TIC. You've got some first division Colombian action coming up here in a bit. Nueva Chicago is playing on TIC right now in the second division in Argentina. Good stuff. It's going to be a good evening on soccer over there. We'll get into picks of the week in a little bit. We'll see if Nicholas Bentner's done anything stupid. We'll see if Mauro Icardi's done anything stupid. Both are very possible. Both are, I would maybe say, likely. We'll get into that. We'll get into the Serie A title race. But, John, let's start with your beloved England.
It almost sounded like Nick. If Nick was to do that.
I found like the Nick tone somewhere in the midst of that.
There you go.
I don't know if I can replicate it, but I'll try. We have an FA Cup final. We know who it's going to be. Are you excited about said final?
Oh, I'm always excited about a final because there's hardware that's on that's at the end of the day, and it's it's Liverpool and Chelsea, and the Liverpool-Manchester City match, I think, was miles and miles more exciting than Chelsea and Crystal Palace was. And it took a while. For those of you that watched Liverpool-Manchester City, then watched Crystal Palace and Chelsea, the first 45 minutes of Crystal Palace and Chelsea, I'm fairly sure that you probably want that 45 minutes back.
Crystal Palace was involved. That's typical. Sorry, Palace fans, but, just saying.
And then in the second 45, it was goals by Loftus-Cheek and Mason Mount, 2-0 win, and Chelsea makes their way through. But I think
we might already have shenanigans in the second division in Argentina before the second half can start. We have someone being told to leave.
Oh,
the referee says no, not until that person leaves. I'm not sure who he was pointing at. I think somebody on one of the benches was told to get out,
wasting no time.
Yes, yeah. And these referees don't play in Argentina. Luckily, they don't have VAR in the second division because it's going so well in the first, it could get worse. Sorry to interrupt in the England chat. Go ahead.
No worries. But Mason Mount for Chelsea is targeting payback as the two sides meet next month, as Liverpool is chasing after a quadruple. And so Mason Mount told ITV after the match, definitely time for us to win a final at Wembley. It's 5 finals I've lost. Now it's time to get our payback.
What's wrong with that?
No, that's absolutely.
You said it mockingly, so what's wrong with that?
That was not a mocking
tone. You absolutely
said it. It was not a mocking tone.
Yes, when you initially said payback, you said it in a very mocking way.
Now it's time to get our payback.
No, not when you read the quote. When you first said the word payback, you said it in a very mocking way.
Because it was in quotation marks in the copy.
Quotation marks mean mocking?
No, quotation marks mean that it's just he's targeting payback. It's a standalone set aside. That's all.
If I could put it out for a vote on the Twitch pitch, I would, but I don't have that capability right now. So you guys decide amongst yourselves. I thought he was mocking Mason Mount, and Chelsea fans should be angry.
Absolutely not. I was not mocking Mason Mount chasing after payback. I was just saying the quote in and of itself, the word payback, was a standalone word in the copy. That's all it was.
I have no idea what you're trying to justify, but go ahead, continue.
No, and Thomas Tuchel, Tommy Tuchel.
See, Dawn Star is upset. Dawn Star is a Chelsea fan. Dawn Star is upset by your mocking tone about payback.
I'm
assuming from the emojis.
Okay. So I guess I don't know what the emojis mean or what they.
You never know what the emojis mean.
No, so I don't.
Don't even try.
I'm not. No, but it's like I see tears or crying, and so I, being a literal person, I don't know how to interpret that. I'm going to need someone to let me know. What Dawn Star? What do you mean with those two particular emojis? That's
oh my days. Ha ha ha.
I'm lost. Go ahead.
Thomas Tuchel, quote, I don't care about Liverpool's other titles. We want to turn things around, but it will not get us the Carabao Cup title back. We were here last season in the FA Cup final in a game that means an unbelievable lot for us because it is the FA Cup, the most prestigious, most traditional cup in the world, maybe, and played at Wembley. So there are not a lot of bigger games to be a part of, end quote. So Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea looking forward to getting their pound of flesh against Liverpool in the FA Cup final.
Payback, you could say.
Payback. Yes, payback in quotation marks.
Cool. What else happened in your beloved England?
I know that it was a light schedule in the Prem because
sorry. One more thing on Tommy Tuchel to give him you're okay with Tommy Tuchel, right? You don't have a
absolutely.
vendetta against Tuchel
No,
like you do
absolutely
against
no.
other
I
managers.
know that his shelf life with most of his jobs is very, very short because
He's been
he is a
fine.
bit gruff, which is fine.
He's
But
been
no,
fine.
I have zero issue with Tommy Tuchel.
He might leave because whatever happens on the ownership side, but
Mhm.
no, I think everything's been good at Chelsea for him. Throughout his managerial career, he's been in 11 semifinal ties matchups. He's advanced in every single one of them.
I think that's a good record.
That's really impressive. 30 goals and 4 conceded in semifinals for Thomas Tuchel. That's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, that's not bad. Let's see. Light schedule in the Prem because of the FA Cup semis. And I know that folks are going
would you like to talk about the goalkeeping mistake in the Manchester City game and Zach Steffen? I know we talked about it a little bit this morning.
Yeah,
That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about it again. And I know that a lot of folks are looking at Zach Steffen, but once again, when you don't play a lot, you don't get consistent reps, then your brain in game state it still takes a little while to get back to full song. So, I mean, yes, Pep Guardiola came out after the match and said that he's fully in support of Zach Steffen, but you wonder how many more opportunities Zach Steffen is going to get for Manchester City with mistakes like that.
I mean, what opportunities is he getting now? Like that's I think
literally
more
it's like cup and secondary competitions. It is Ederson as your number one
cups,
and
yeah.
Steffen
and no worries, Bern. No worries. I mean, we cross over sometimes on stuff. It's all good. I'm not worried about it.
No.
No, I mean the thing with Steffen is just like he's not playing, so he's gonna make these kinds of mistakes when he does play. We saw it with the national team. We've seen it with Manchester City at times. It's hard. It's hard to come in and play at a game at that level when you're just not playing. So the biggest thing, I think the question this morning was, is it the last time he plays for City? And yeah, I think it could be, but not because they're going to cast him out and cancel his contract. It was being compared to a Loris Karius situation. I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's just, this isn't working. I mean, when he first went and he first went out on loan, he's been training, like there was a level of improvement. It was fine. It was good. To work under Pep and be a goalkeeper and be expected to play. These are good things for somebody, but there's only so far you can go with just training. It's just, you can't get to your best level if all you're doing is training and you're not sharp and you make these kinds of mistakes when you're not sharp. So he needs to move. Matt Turner needs to go into Arsenal knowing that he needs to move because he needs to play. These are two guys who, as we saw over the weekend with Brad Kazan, you never know when an injury is around the corner for you. And this might be their World Cup, might be their only World Cup. They need to be in position to play in it. And if they're not playing at the club level, I don't think they're in position to play at the World Cup. I don't. I think they have to be playing at the club level. So I don't know who Steffen's agent is. I don't know who Turner's agent is, but I get the allure going to these kinds of clubs, biggest clubs in the world. I get it. Salary's good. Opportunities are good. There is progression in terms of some training. Yes. Can be anyway. When you're training for Pep, yes, obviously there is. I think there could be for, Matt Turner under Mikel Arteta as well in that kind of style. That's good. But you got to play. You have to play. And if they're not going to play, I don't think they play in the World Cup. And for two players who, I mean, either one of them could start, I don't think they should throw that away. I really don't. So I don't know what they do, but I do think Steffen needs a move and he needs it now. Or when he does play, he's not going to be sharp and he's going to make these kinds of mistakes. I agree in general. He's not a great possession goalkeeper. He has improved in that area. I mean, I will absolutely give him that. And I know it's something that he's worked on. I mean, you're training in Pep Guardiola training sessions. Yeah, you have to be working on it. There's no way around it. It's better. He's never going to be great at it. I never thought he was a Pep kind of goalkeeper. He's an incredible shot stopper. He's a very good goalkeeper. But just like other positions on the field, you're starting to see that certain profiles for players fit certain managers, and goalkeepers no exception anymore. So I don't think Stefan's a Manchester City kind of goalkeeper. He's not good enough with his distribution. So he probably should be moving on because of that. But most importantly, he should be moving on because he's got to play. And he's not playing at City. He's not going to unseat number one. He can't. He's not at that level. And that's okay. He can be at a very good level. Just he's got to play, though, if he's going to play in the World Cup.
And that to me is the bottom line, because it's about reps and being strong in your play. And if all you're doing is practicing, then you ain't getting those game state reps, and then you get a game rep in an FA Cup and you make a mistake like you did. And so I think that Stefan has to move on, and I think that Matt Turner, unless he goes complete and total gangbusters and unseats Aaron Ramsdale, he's got to find a place where he can play regularly. So either one of them or both of them can be ready for the men's national team come the World Cup.
Yeah, I think you're looking right now at Ethan Horvath. I think you're obviously going to be still looking at Matt Turner and Zach Steffen. But you should also be looking at Gaga Slonina. You need to be looking at who your best guy is going into the tournament. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Steffen or Turner because they're at the biggest clubs at that time. That doesn't mean they should start over somebody else. You want the best one who's going to give you the best chance to succeed. And it's going to need to be somebody who's playing because they're going to walk straight in from the clubs and play a week after they arrive. So you got to be ready. We'll see what happens with that. Trying to think anything else from that game. I mean, City early on looked like a team that had a tougher midweek match, and Liverpool looked like a team that was able to somewhat relax in their midweek game, and it went about like I thought it would when we talked about it last week. I figured that City going to Atleti would be a brawl. It was. I figured Liverpool would be able to get through Benfica without too much sweat. Maybe they had a little more sweat than I would have thought, but they handled it. They got through. And I thought that coming into this, because of those situations, that City would look worse for wear and Liverpool would have a big opportunity. Now, I kind of thought the same thing about Celtic and Rangers, and it played out to some extent, but not as much as I thought. I thought, especially after what we saw Rangers have to go through, that they would struggle in their semifinal more. And they did at times, but they found either they found it or Celtic just lost control of the game. I give Rangers a lot of credit. I watched a decent bit of this one, and I felt like Rangers went through the wall that they hit and found a way to take control of the game. They conceded first. Normally, if you're the tired team and you concede first, you're screwed. They weren't. They bounced back. They got a goal to answer it, and they went on to win it in extra time. City didn't have that level of reserve in them. And look, I mean, 120 minutes in Europa League versus the cauldron that is playing Cholo and Atleti, it's going to take more out of you. So now we see if in the long run, this might kind of help City and that they don't have another final to deal with. They will be 100% locked in on Champions League. They have to be locked in on league because any slip up means they could lose the title. Liverpool's fighting on all those fronts. We see it so many times over the years where when you have that opportunity, a historic, what are they looking at, a quadruple now?
Yeah, quad.
A historic quad. It's very rare that actually comes off. It's very rare that you actually get to that point just because it's so hard to do. And the pressure mounts. So, I think the cup finals or the cup final is the most likely for them. It's one game. It's against a team in Chelsea that I think Liverpool's better than. I think they'll get through it. And I think the Champions League, they've got an easier pathway to the final. But the final will be nothing easy. And the league, they got to be perfect, just like City's got to be perfect. And they got to hope City slips up. So I think they're going to get one, maybe two. It's going to be hard for them to get 3 for 3 with what they have left. And I think City might actually gain a little bit of an advantage from this failure in the semifinals of the FA Cup. We'll see.
Well, and remember also the injuries that De Bruyne and Walker sustained in the second leg against Atleti. They did not play in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And
De Bruyne was available, and I think they considered bringing him on at different points, but the second goal to cut it to 3-2 was so late that they did not use him, but I think they could have. I think it's good that they didn't.
Yeah.
Why am I upsetting you, Airborne DJ? What are you yelling at me? Stop it. What do I have to stop? I don't understand. What did I do? I think I'm speaking facts here.
I was going to
I'm at least giving educated guesses. How about that? Do you want me to make hot takes? Do you want me to start talking about Everton with hot takes? Is that what you want? We can talk about Brighton for 30 minutes. We can do that, El Mataflow. John still won't give Graham Potter his props. But we did learn this morning that John has a personal vendetta against Graham Potter because it involves Swansea from back in the day.
Correct.
So we have gotten to the bottom of that.
Yes, the crux of my argument.
We'll end up seeing in the long run, how this went. If he had played Caicedo earlier, would Brighton be higher in the table? It's 2 games or 2 for 2. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if it would have made that much of a difference. And I think he could have played him sooner. I know you guys do because we've seen a lot of Moises Caicedo. We know the man. We know what he brings to the table. But in the long run, is it going to work out for him? Yeah, I think so, because I think he's a talented player. I don't think, not playing a lot this year is going to end up hurting him in the long run. I think it will be a good thing. I think it'll work out just fine. And I think next year now it's even easier for Brighton to sell Basuma. And that's what was being rumored that they would do last summer. They did not. That would have opened up a spot for Caicedo much more easily. So I think that happens now. And Brighton could be one of those teams punching up for a Euro spot next year because of that, if they spend correctly. Just having that money come in doesn't guarantee anything. You got to spend it the right way.
Yes.
We will see. Airborne DJ. No, I was not blowing smoke up I can't repeat that. I was not. I actually
Liverpudlian hindquarters.
I know what it meant. I'm just not repeating what Airborne DJ. I don't read word for word like you do when some people drop some things on the Twitch.
As I said, very literal, very linear and literal. Yes.
Yeah. Don't do that ever again. No, I actually wasn't doing that, Airborne DJ. I don't think they win the league. I don't think they win Champions League. It's hard to tell, but I don't know if they are favored over City or Real Madrid. Sorry, I might upset Liverpool fans, but I don't know if that's a guarantee. I think they win a trophy out of 3. I think they win 1. But I think this is going to add more pressure to them. I'm actually not blowing smoke up there at all. I'm saying this could end up hurting them more than it helps them. And I think City will be fueled by this. So just because I mentioned them, I will not blowing smoke up there.
Yes.
At all. Jeez. Man, the Everton fans are spicy tonight.
Yeah, they've got their own battle at the moment.
How is that battle going, John?
Well, let's see. At the moment, and this is a very busy week in the Prem with all the reschedules. Prem and Proper, by the way, will be released to the network tomorrow. That will give a preview of all of your juice boxes and your standings for the next 7 days in the Premier League. But right now, Everton at 28 points, 30 matches played, a match in hand over Burnley, who got a point in the 1-1 draw with West Ham. And I'm just going to say this. If you want to look for the Ashley Westwood photos, they're out there. Don't. Serious ankle injury.
Nope. Not looking.
Nope. Don't. Do not.
Ankle injuries I don't mess with.
Don't. Do not.
My ankle's silly putty at this point. It makes me sick to my stomach when I see a bad ankle injury.
No, he was stretchered off, and David Moyes was asked after the match if he thought, and some of his players had to be consoled by their teammates on the field after they witnessed the injury to Ashley Westwood. And David Moyes was asked after the match if he thought that the injury, was a factor in the 1-1 draw. And he's like, yeah, I mean, it really affected the guys. They were very emotional about it because I think the goal was scored by Burnley, I think 3 or 4 minutes after play resumed. And so you get a 1-1 draw, but yes, the pictures are out there. No, don't look for them.
Don't waste your time.
No, Burnley.
Okay. So wait a minute. So let's work backwards.
Sure.
15th and up is fine. Villa, 36 points. Nothing to worry about, correct?
Yeah, I would say so, even though they've lost 4 in a row. But yeah, I would say
Newcastle, now that they have a superstar Brazilian, Bruno Guimarães, nothing to worry about, right?
37 points. They're okay, I think.
Okay.
They've won 2 in a row also.
So it's 4 teams for 3 spots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Norwich on 21, 7 points from safety. They have 6 games left, so 18 points on the table.
Next one's with Newcastle.
Done, right?
I think so.
Sorry, Canaries.
Yeah.
Watford's 1 point ahead of Norwich.
They've lost 4 of 5, and they've given up 62 goals in the year. I think they're done. Their next match is with Manchester City.
Yeah, everybody at the bottom of the table has lost 4 of 5 or 3 of 5 or whatever. I mean, that's why they're at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
Burnley's lost 3 of 5. They got a win and a draw. They're on 25. Everton has a game in hand on them. They are on 28, but they have that game in hand that's important. They got 2 wins in their last 5. Nobody else in this 4-man fight does. Everybody else has got 1 win. Leeds has won 3 of their last 4 with a draw mixed in. So they are good, I would think, at 33, correct?
Yeah, I would think so.
That's 8 points clear. I think they're okay. Burnley's got a game in hand on them. Everton's got 2. I think it is down to this. What does Everton have next?
Everton has Leicester next. And then I believe they play 2 matches in a week. So they have they host Leicester on Wednesday, and then on the weekend on Sunday, they are the late game at 11:30 with the Merseyside derby with Liverpool.
Okay. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Well, Tom Russo, Everton fans, you could be the ones to damage Liverpool winning the league. I challenge you to do so, because I do think Liverpool's going to drop points somewhere along the way in the league because they've got so much going on. Why don't you take care of it, Everton? Let's see what you got. How great would that be to secure their status and keep Liverpool from winning the title?
Just smash all the fine china in the dining room and run out of the house.
What kind of a party would they have for that? Good grief. That'd be amazing. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Anything else from England that you would like to discuss?
A couple of things in the lower divisions. We're starting to see teams who are getting relegated now, and one of them is Wayne Rooney's Derby County. They have been relegated from the championship, so they will be playing in League One next year.
It's not good.
No, after a result today and some other combinations of results, the Rams have been relegated. Rooney said after the match to Sky that he wants to rebuild the club, and this will be the first time since 1986 that Derby will not be playing in anything. That they'll be in the third tier for the first time since 1986. And after the match, he told Sky that their relegation is, quote, no one's fault other than the previous owner, adding that they are, quote, paying the price for Mel Morris's mistakes. He intends to stay if the Chris Kirchner takeover is completed, but he also knows he can't offer any guarantees with Derby County's future up in the air. So Kirchner has been named as the preferred bidder, met with the EFL earlier this month to discuss the takeover. Nothing official yet, but Derby County has been relegated. There are some others that are close.
Full credit to Wayne Rooney and what he's done. Wayne Rooney is a target for a lot of people to take their shots at, but he could have walked away from this thing a long time ago, and he would have been completely within his rights to do it, because it's not his fault that they're getting relegated. It's not. I mean, how many points were they deducted?
21 total. They would be in 17th, basically 18 points clear if the financial problems did not result in 21 points of deduction.
Yeah, it's not his fault. He stuck with it. He's made them a competitive team. They kept Fulham from getting their automatic spot over the weekend, right?
Mm-hmm. That they did.
Or last week. I can't remember.
It's this weekend. Yeah, 2-1 this weekend.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, he's done everything he can do. I'd love to see him given the opportunity to rebuild it and get them back. That'd be an amazing story. But he's somebody to pay attention to. As one of these former players who's gone into management, he's shown a lot of character. You know, I don't know what his tactical acumen is. I don't know if he's had to really get into that with the situation they're in. I don't know if they could handle. I don't know if he could handle tougher situations and things like that yet. But he's getting a good trial by fire. He's learning. He's shown again a lot of character. He's somebody to pay attention to when future jobs open up.
And we're also seeing some other relegations in the lower divisions as well, including that's why we broke out the Scunthorpe stuff tonight here for the show. They're being relegated from League Two into the National League. They have had a truly horrendous year. In 43 matches, they've only won 4. So they've lost 26 and tied 13. They were relegated. So this will be the end of their 72-year spell in the English Football League. So they've been relegated this season. So they're heading to the National League next year. So 72 years in the English Football League comes to a close for the Iron of Scunthorpe United.
Oof. No bueno.
Mm-mm. And it's a question that we ask, having to do with teams that drift out of either the Premier League and go to the Championship or Championship to League One. When you keep dropping and dropping like this, what does it mean for the future of the club? You wonder for clubs like this, is this the end? Because what are they going to do
just
to
so you become something different?
Yeah.
There's some who have the financial problems that put them there, and then it really can be the end. But there's some who just never make their way back, until somebody comes in and pumps a bunch of cash into it and changes the paradigm. But it's tough. It's tough. It's the other side of promotion relegation that, we always talk about the positive and the romanticism and all that. And there's plenty of great stories about it. But there's also bad stories. I'm not using this as a way to say, like, don't have relegation. It's cultural. It's something that you have there. But yeah, it's not all sunshine and roses when it happens. And we'll see what happens with Scunthorpe in the long run. All right, we got to get into another league because we had a big match today that ended in a draw. So nobody wants to win this league, it seems like. They just keep throwing points away. But we have an expert to come on and talk about it. I figure you deserved entrance music.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Just I think it's a little low, but I think I like the music in general.
I think I picked well.
Ooh, I like this. It's a bop.
Yeah, I think I picked well with that.
Hey, I this league, I think you're 100% right. Nobody wants to win it. So, Milan was able to get a win, and thank God that put them, just a bump above Inter. But one win, one draw, one way or the other, and this thing could be, the 1 and 2 flips very quickly. So, it's just something that. There's a lot of problems right now for some teams. I would say Napoli, Roma, Atalanta. Atalanta really has fallen off in a way
lost
that
to
is
Hellas Verona today. 3 straight losses for Atalanta.
Right, and I mean it's a team that
and a meltdown in Europa League too.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, is this the end for Gasparini? I don't think it is, because he's been too profitable for ownership to just get rid of him. But the same
Is Papu
time,
Gomez going to come back in and punch him in the head?
It's completely possible, yes.
I think it is. I think that might be what ends it.
Yeah, he may be. Papu Gomez may be flown in by new Atalanta.
Just for one thing only.
Just to punch him in the mouth. Hey, look, just punch this guy in the mouth, and
we didn't give you one last shot. Okay, here you go. You got to come in and punch him in the mouth. We'll give you a bonus.
And with Roma and Napoli was in a very good position, and they have just coughed it up.
Yeah.
And the problem is, you have two people who are kind of known for blowing leads and blowing opportunities to make it to the summit. One team is Napoli, one guy Spalletti. They're kind of married at the hip now, so you are two groups that are kind of known for this. So, look, Napoli has to get it together. I don't know if it's going to be a roster makeover at the end of the year. I don't know if it's going to be, cash injection. That's not happening. So I don't know what the next step is for Napoli. They're kind of in a weird position because they've had a group of guys come together and had them together for a while. However, at the same time, it's time for some new blood in this squad, and I don't necessarily see that happening. But
I mean, you're losing Insigne.
Yeah.
You will possibly sell Osimhen because the amount's just going to be too much to say no.
Yep.
There's always the possibility that they sell Koulibaly. So yeah, I mean, it does kind of feel like the end of a run for them. And what does it look like for them going forward? Who knows?
Yeah, and as far as Roma goes, the thing with Jose Mourinho is he's very subtly orchestrated a turnaround for this team that has been pretty impressive, but they still have problems. I mean, they have roster problems. There times late in games that they just can't quite find that breakaway goal to put them over the top, and they can't seem to build enough momentum to move up what is a very winnable league for I don't think there's been this much parity in Serie A in a while, where you have Milan at 71, Inter 69, Napoli 67, Juve 63, and then you have Roma at 58. But they had so many problems earlier in the season that this kind of run that they've been on, which would have taken them up into the top four, you shot yourself in the foot way too early, and you put yourself so far behind that you can't really catch up. So, I don't think Jose's going anywhere. I don't think
so.
that Friedkin wants to make any kind of move that would make that happen. It's going to be interesting to see what they do from a roster standpoint going forward. Juve and Napoli are the two teams that have the most questions to answer coming into the final stretch, because you have Juve that's content on playing caveman ball and trying to win every game, 1-0 as if it were a mission from God. But they are not getting any younger. They keep talking about wanting to rebuild. There doesn't seem to be a lot of funds to do that. Dybala's going to be leaving. And I don't know really where they go, because they have so many holes on this roster, not enough money to fill it. They keep talking about wanting to get an Italian core, but you let these young Italian players get bought up by the likes of Sassuolo, and you're not doing anything to really better your position. And there doesn't really seem to be this strong pipeline of youth talent to bring up from the lower teams to filter up. Yet you have a manager who, in Allegri, who talks about this great system that you have where you send young talent down to Serie C and Serie B to kind of cut their teeth, but you're not moving them up to the first team.
Well, let me ask you this. So let's play the quick answer game.
I don't
you mentioned
like that game, but go ahead.
You mentioned Gasparini at Atalanta.
Mm-hmm.
You think he might be out?
No,
he
makes
you
too
don't
much
think...
money. He makes his ability to take players that cost nothing and turn them into marketable stars is something that it's needed. Now, how much of an overhaul they need to get back up? I think he gets at least one more season, another half at minimum. But I don't think he's going anywhere this year.
So they're in 8th. They're going to miss out on European football. It appears they're 5 points out of 6th right now.
Right.
Lazio's in that spot. There's been rumblings about Maurizio Sarri. You think he's back?
I think he is. I don't know where else they could turn. There's not a lot of managers who are ready, willing, and able to move up. The last guy who was there in that position would have been Italiano for Spezia. Fiorentina was smart and got him. Now, whether or not somebody goes and hires Gattuso, I think that's a name that you could keep an eye on. Pirlo is still out there. But with Pirlo, I think Pirlo needs to take probably an international job first. Whether it's meaning with within the Italian.
He could go a lot of different directions.
Yeah. There are going to be teams that are going to be needing new managers in Serie B. Parma's one of them.
That's an interesting project.
It's a system where if you want to have someone come in and do some rebuilding, you can. Venezia is going to need someone to come in and try to lead that team, what looks to be back up to Serie A through the knife fight. So, whether or not you get a Gattuso, you pay him well above what you're going to have him take that kind of job.
Yeah.
Gattuso or Pirlo, I think that's what you're going to have to do. But I don't know who else was going to come in and take Lazio. And Lazio is Lazio. They are permanently like between 7th and 5th, and that just seems to be where they are. They don't really seem to be doing any kind of heavy investment into the squad. They don't really seem to be doing anything other than throwing managers into the fire and letting them scrape whatever results they can get. You had Inzaghi, who led them for a long time, and really, from what it looks like, overachieved with that squad. But I don't know what's left for them. I mean, they don't really seem to be doing anything. So what happens if you fire manager? Who are you going to go get? So I think they have to keep Maurizio Sarri there for now.
You might have Pochettino available. Maybe he comes to
They
Italy.
can afford him.
It'd be interesting. The biggest one that I've got questions about is Max Allegri. I mean, they're going to finish 4th, it appears. I don't think they get out of that spot either way. It hasn't been the Maurizio Sarri Juventus. It hasn't been the Andrea Pirlo Juventus. They both lost their jobs. Why should Allegri keep his?
Again, like we talked about, who you're going to get to come in.
They could get Pirlo back.
They could. Pirlo's a proud man. I don't think Pirlo would necessarily take the job, because I think he's kind of seen what there is, and
they
the team's
could get
in a worse
Pochettino.
position. Yeah, they could. I think.
I don't see any way Pochettino's still in Paris at the end of the year.
No,
I don't see it.
No. There's no way Pochettino's there. I think that
you could sell that if you're Juve. Firing Allegri
not
and hiring
necessarily
Pochettino?
with Juve. Not necessarily with Juve. No, Juve's a weird bird when it comes to that. They want an Italian manager, or if it's not an Italian manager, someone who has distinct ties to the club that would make it almost a no-brainer. The only other manager out there who and I know he's not going to take it, would be Zidane, and that's it. Outside of that, they're going to want to go Italian for a manager. Juve understands their role from an international standpoint. They're probably one of the few clubs that has the interest of the national team at heart, because for so long, so many of their players have made up the core of the Italian national team, missing out on 2 consecutive World Cups. They understand that, the best way to help them get back to the number 1 team in Italy and being largely recognized globally is to have a strong Italian national team and a strong Italian presence. So I don't know if they're necessarily going to go outside of Italy for that.
No.
Who are they going to get? Again, it's the names we just coughed up.
Pochettino's going to be the biggest name out there. I would assume that would make sense for them. I don't think
I
could
agree
justify
it would make sense.
Gattuso or I mean, they're not going to go back to Pirlo. I think, Pochettino would be the biggest name that's realistic.
Yeah. And I agree. I think Pirlo would be, or Pochettino would be the best person for the job. I definitely don't want to cause any sort of confusion here. I don't know if they can get the blinders off to say, hey, look, we have to kind of look outside. And I think if you look at what they're doing now, and you look at, just let's take a look here at 50 goals forced, 29 goals allowed. It's not like they're making some tremendous defensive stand. I mean, it's by wing and a prayer and referee calls that they're getting, these wins and these draws, which it's hilarious to see. And, you were doing better with Pirlo. You were doing better with Maurizio Sarri. You won the league with Sarri. Nope. We don't want him. It's, the locker room wasn't right. I'm sorry. You got rid of the person who probably had the biggest problems in the locker room with these guys that you let go. So that's a you problem. It's one I don't particularly care about because, whatever. But this is a grave that Juve dug themselves into. And it's one that they've dug themselves into by not paying attention to the fact that their squad is older than half of the exhibits inside the Smithsonian. And also the fact that they are run by a conglomerate in Exor that has been shifting debt for them for a long time. That sort of seems to be tapering off, and they are recognizing the fact that they can't spend their way to a Champions League title. What are you going to do? You burned through a manager who could be transformative in Pirlo. You burned your way through a manager who wanted to change the way you played and be this aggressive, attacking, fun style in Saudi. You threw him to the wolves, and now you're stuck with a dinosaur at the helm who has dinosaur ideas and a dinosaur team. So it's Jurassic Park in white and black, and good for them.
Now, you did mention a conglomerate, and you tried to jump away from that really fast, I noticed.
No, I know. No. We can discuss this. We can discuss this all day.
There's another group who is interested in acquiring.
Takes a sip of the Guinness before we go.
Yep.
A club we have not gotten to yet in this Serie A race, and it's wonderful timing for them, I'm sure. The Elliott Management Group is talking to Invest Corp, and the talks are revolving around a $1.1 billion acquisition, which would be the highest price ever for an Italian club. Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, look, this is something that we knew was going to happen, right? We knew it was going to happen when Yang Hong Lee defaulted on his loan payments, and not even the loan payment, the interest, right? He couldn't even pay the interest on the loan. Whenever that evaporated and Elliott took over, we knew it was a matter of time before the team sold. And we knew that it was going to be, we had heard different names being kicked around for potential ownership groups, and for a long time, like that. At one point, it was going to be the owner of Renault was going to take over. That fell through pretty quickly. Then it was going to be we heard that the Saudis were interested. We heard that, a couple, Qatari groups were interested. Everyone at some point allegedly was interested. But something happened along the way. And that was Milan really turned themselves around. They drew the line in the sand with a lot of deals and, that they previously would have done, like paying Donnarumma out the nose, by paying a Franck Kessie out the nose. And instead, they allowed Maldini, and I know Arsenal fans hate him with a passion, but Ivan Gazidis, to really say, no, we're going to build a financially stable and sustainable Milan. Mm-hmm. I fell in love with that. I love the fact that we weren't just some billionaire's toy that, just got cash on cash dumped into it. And I felt like, being at the top of the table with a roster that was not that expensive was something to be very proud of. And, we're talking about a group that, out of Bahrain that it is what it is. I don't feel good about it. I'm not sitting here like, woohoo, $200 million transfer budget. We've done that before. You're talking about a team that invested $250 million in transfers under Yang Hong Lee, and it was a disaster. I mean, it was an absolute disaster.
It's all about what you do with it.
Yeah, it is.
There's no guarantee just because, and I mean, this is coming up even with a club like San Jose, and this is the new thing right now is like, that's, they have to get rid of the owner because of this, and you've got the articles all firing off now because of this situation with Almeida.
Right.
And yeah, look, when you don't have as much money, you don't have as many outs. You don't have as good of a poker hand. Mm-hmm. If you're rich and you got all that money to spend, you mess up, you can fix it. You can go out, you can go spend to fix it.
Right.
Cool. If you don't have as much money, you have to be efficient. But money doesn't guarantee that you get it right either. Yep. We've seen that happen in every league at every point. Right. If you are smart and well-resourced and spend your money well, then you're probably going to win.
Right.
That's how it's going to go. So we'll just have to see what this turns into. One of the other things I wanted to add to this really quick, Nick, is the stadium situation. And the Invest Corp side of it, they are clear in saying they want to build a new stadium.
Oh, sure.
What I'm seeing on this right now is that there is a feasibility study that is taking place between July and August. Deadline for the talks has been set for November 30th. Mm-hmm. Populous is the company that would build the stadium. famous, like very well. I can't think of all the stadiums they've done, but I know the name.
Yeah.
It's about $1 billion in investment between the stadium, the commercial area, the surrounding green area.
Mm-hmm.
Both Milan and Inter would be involved in it. Both are unhappy with the city of Milan and everything going on right now, and they're
Right.
talking about potentially moving the project to the Sesto San Giovanni area.
Okay.
Do you have any idea how far away that is, or what that is? Or?
I don't know. I don't know how far
Yeah, I don't
that
know.
is. Right.
The mayor there has said that construction could begin within 18 months there. So they're trying to put the power play on Milan.
Right.
Elliot's been trying to get this done, but they're not going to spend that kind of money. InvestCorp coming in, this would be part of the reason why it'd be $1.1 billion and what they would put towards it.
Yeah. I look. Don't. If it involves an Italian team and a stadium, don't buy it.
I mean, they are working on it. Like, it's not that this
Right.
is completely made up.
Right. Well, when I was 20, I was working on a plan to date Jessica Alba. That didn't really work out that well.
Were you really working on that plan?
Sure.
Well, I'm sure he was working on it fairly.
Working on a plan. Keep
No,
myself in shape.
I'm assuming there was no plan.
Hey, travel to LA and go.
Yeah, no plan.
There you go.
Stake out the coffee shop.
You didn't actually go to Los Angeles.
But yeah, not till later. But so look, the problem is, again, we talked about this before. One team had the leverage necessary to get a new stadium, and that was Juventus, because of you had the fact that they owned Fiat,
Right.
and they were a substantial, the Agnellis were a substantial part of the Italian economy. They could make that pull, and they could go to, the city of Turin and be like, look, we're Italy's team. We can really go anywhere, and it's no big deal. But we want to be in Turin. This is home, and make it happen. And Torino was like, yep, yeah, no problem. Yeah, sure, yeah, Agnelli.
So here's the leverage play, though, that they're trying to do is Sesto San Giovanni. It's listed as a commune. It's essentially a suburb of Milan.
Mm-hmm.
It is the railway station is the northernmost stop on the Milan Metro M1 line, if that makes sense to you. It is considered a city, so they have their own mayor. So that's why when you've got that guy coming in and saying, "Yeah, we can get this done. We can have you building within 18 months." That's a very typical play that we see here.
It's the battery with rail service.
Yeah. It's basically like, oh, you don't want to play ball, mayor of Milan. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. This guy does.
Yeah. It's like Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California, where it's at the end of the line.
Right.
And they, instead of building the raceway closer to LA proper, they built it out in Fontana, and it's the last stop on the rail line.
Mm-hmm. And look, good for them. I don't believe any stadium talk until they're putting the final lights in. Then,
well, in this case, we won't know even anything until at least this feasibility study is done, and we probably won't know anything until the end of the year, where there's some kind of deadline about a final decision. So, I mean, it's just it's all part of all this.
If I seem like completely incredulous about the whole matter,
you do.
Look,
it's okay.
But
we know.
I remember when the Berlusconis were talking about this. Silvio was out there. His spray tan was immaculate. His comb over and whatever kind of muskrat hair that he had staple gunned in was working wonders.
Not as good as Antonio Conte.
No, not even close. No, man. He's
best.
got like an entire endangered wildebeest hair thing happening. But Silvio's daughter, Barbara Berlusconi, the former partner of one Mr. Alexandre Pato, by the way, showed up. She had her jersey on. She had the pictures. They had this nice, it was like this white and red sort of translucent cube stadium plan that they had. It's like real modern and fresh, and it's going to look great. And this is what all the big European clubs have, and we need that to stay on top. Yeah, that again. Hear the name Berlusconi. This was a while ago, and nothing came of it. And so then finally, Inter and Milan want to work on this together, which makes sense. There's a plan. We're moving forward. We have agreements. Oh, wait, no, we don't. It happens.
Yeah.
It's all over Italy. Look,
Yeah, I think having a
commune
place.
accept this
Yeah.
is a start.
It adds a wrinkle. It
adds
definitely gives you some leverage
Right.
in trying to make something happen, and it's still Milan, so they can deal with that. It's interesting.
It's not. It's not. We don't look. It's not.
It's not, but it's close.
But it's different. It's different. It's different there than it is here.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
So if in Dunwoody, where do you live? I live in Dunwoody. I don't live in Atlanta. I live in Dunwoody, and it's like, no, we're not a part of you. And so I know that InvestCorp may say, yeah, it's still Milan. No, okay, great. Yeah, we're not far, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah,
there's
feels like they're using it for leverage. I think they want to be in Milan, but if you can't be, then well,
they would prefer for that to be the case, and hand over, hand over San Siro to permanently become Giuseppe Meazza Stadium for Inter, and that's fine if they want to do that.
Well, no, this would the proposal
they want Inter
is both. Yes.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It's both of them involved.
Yeah. So it is. It's probably a squeeze on Milan, but don't be shocked. If nothing comes of it, and they eventually come to the idea that they're going to revamp San Siro.
So we like to look at the lower divisions around here too, and we've talked a lot about Serie A over the past few weeks. Serie B, knife fight at the top. 2 spots go up automatically, and then it's just a whole weird kind of system for the promotion and all of that. But the 2 automatic spots right now, 66 points, Cremonese, with 3 games left. They're on 66. Lecce is in second automatic spot on 65. Monza is in the 3rd spot on 64.
Owned by Berlusconi now.
Yep. Benevento is in the 4th spot on 63. Pisa is in the 5th spot on 63. 3 points off the top in 5th. Brescia, 4 points off the top in 6th on 62. Then it falls off to 58, and Ascoli and Frosinone in 8th on 55. They got to hold off Perugia in this playoff situation. But Monza is maybe one of the teams in Serie B that is, I mentioned Parma as an interesting project because of the history, and they're trying to get back. They're in 13th right now. They're not going down, but they're not going up.
Right.
For people who don't know Monza and what the situation is there, because it's not a club that many people really know unless you know Berlusconi. What's their deal?
It was a tiny club that after Berlusconi understand how Berlusconi exited Milan. And that is that you had what was called the Bunga Bunga parties that allegedly
the what parties?
The Bunga Bunga.
The Bunga Bunga parties?
Yeah,
Bunga parties?
Yeah.
Okay.
And first of all, well, let me back up some. This is not meant to be a political statement. It just is what it is. Berlusconi's the Italian Trump, right? Like big personality, spray tan, horrible hair, definitely a more conservative worldview. And the difference is that Berlusconi was a multi-billionaire who owned like networks. So he had the ability to pump a lot of money into AC Milan, and he did so for a long time. And him and Moratti with Inter kind of had this feud, like, we're going to have the clash of the Titans on a regular basis, and we're going to dump a ton of money into the clubs. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie that was done, but it was about Berlusconi. But essentially what happened, and I got to wait for somebody to get out.
Uh-oh.
We had
Katie's telling us to go listen to the podcast Bunga Bunga for the full story.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a he got busted having parties where individuals who have questionable means of making money You know, so and so there's a so to catch a fish you use
John.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So ER on those. And apparently there were some underage of those at one of these parties, and there was some challenges there. And Berlusconi, you know, fought tooth and nail for a long time. He was banned from running for president again. There were a lot of other legal issues that came into play, and he finally was like, "Hey, look, I'm selling Milan. I've had I'm being dragged through the mud for too long." He had about 5 different reasons he put out there for having to sell the team, but in the end, he sold it. Was out for a while. Felt the need to get back into the sport. Bought Monza for next to nothing. And Bern it's a very rich suburb of Milan. He bought Monza, started heavily investing in the beginning to try to have them skyrocket up to Serie A. That's sort of petered out, but he brought in like a bunch of old Milan players. He brought in Galani to help, to build up the club. He had Balotelli was there for a minute. I want to say Kevin Prince Boateng may have had a cup of coffee there. A couple of other guys had a cup of coffees there who were with Milan. And now he's fighting in third to get back in. So that they're not already in Serie A is kind of it's kind of interesting. He's clearly not just unloading cash in. He's clearly not unloading cash in, but it's a project of his. And
they drew today with Brescia. And if they had won, they would be in an automatic promotion spot. So they're right there. Okay, if you're ready for your head to explode, I think Italy has actually topped Argentina with a league format ridiculous thing here. The promotion from Serie B, Nick, this is the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's ridiculous. They changed to this about 8 years ago. So it's not – you have the top 2 spots. They go up. We know that much. That's easy. The last spot is a playoff that could be anywhere between 2 teams and 6 teams. The teams have to finish within a playoff margin of 14 points from the third-place team. And it's not going to happen this year. If the third-place team finishes 10 points ahead of the fourth-place team, they don't have a playoff. That team goes up. Well, this year, the 14-point margin comes into play. And you're going to get the max of 6, it appears, because Monza's in third on 64, Frosinone's on 55 in 8th. That would be 6 spots back. So you're going to have a 6-team playoff unless things get really stupid. I don't think they will here. That means you're going to have 3 rounds of this promotion tournament. The 5th place team plays the 8th place team. The 6th place team plays the 7th place team in the opening round. And in the opening round, these are 2 legs. It looks like that could be 2-legged ties opening round. Opening round single legs. Then it turns into 2 legs. That makes more sense. Okay, so then the winners play 3 and 4 in the semifinals, and then the semifinal winners play each other. 2 legs to go up. So you could have to go through 5 games to go up as the third team going up from Serie B. I think Fox has the rights to Serie B, and they throw games on occasionally. I'm begging you, Fox, broadcast this ridiculousness. This beats Argentina, Coco. This beats Argentina's second division right now has 37 teams in it. This beats that. This easily beats that. I think that they play everybody once. They probably have some stupid tournament to go up. There's like 13 teams that have shades of numbers on. I'm sure their playoff is stupid. This is ridiculous, Nick. You're muted, Nick. You pulled a John.
Oh,
sorry. I had the Munchkin Patrol came running in. When I tell everyone it's a knife fight in Serie B, I'm not exaggerating. It is like this most
insane.
If you make your way to Serie A, baby, you have earned it because you didn't get any parachute payments on the way down, anything of note, and you are having to do this entire It's a cocaine fueled twister with firearms to get back into.
You got to
Serie A,
play
so.
out to go down too.
Yeah.
Like to go down from Serie B to Serie C, like you've got some weird thing with 3 teams going down, and then you have a play out thing that is crazy.
Yeah, they really, if you go all the way down to Serie C, you're done. I mean, you're not. There's no real coming back from that unless you just say, yeah, we're ignoring all financial guidelines under the sun, and we're just gonna set this thing completely on fire. We don't care.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, but why not? But there's not enough money in the system to take a tank. It's not a good day for you if that happens. You're probably going to go bankrupt if you drop down to Serie B and you're a Serie A team.
There's 3 different divisions in Serie C, and then they have a promotion playoff from that involves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 teams, maybe up to 16, depending on how crazy you want to get.
No, they don't burn. I mean, you'll get. It's more depending upon matchup on the crowd size for Serie B. And so you may have some teams that show up and they have a lot of fans show up and go nuts, but it depends on also how long you've been down in Serie B for. So there's a lot of stuff that plays into it. But no, it's not like English Championship or second Bundesliga. You're going to get, they check out pretty quickly. It's like they'll knife fight you in a bar if you talk trash about their team, but at the same time,
they won't
what do you
show
mean?
up.
I'm showing up at no. And so to give you an idea, for the Catania game versus Francavilla, it was stadium seats what 20,000.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah, and I want to say they had about maybe 8 or 9 extraordinarily loud fans who showed up, but it's completely different. So and
8 or 9,000 or 8 or 9
8 or 9,000 okay,
just making sure.
8 or 9,000. Yes.
Yeah, remember I lived the days of the Silverbacks where you had to clarify.
Yes.
Yep. No, and it's Serie C, so
singles.
it's completely valid.
Just checking.
Yeah. No, and if you have Roku, there's I want to say it's like the Viva Italia television app that you can pull up feeds from Italy, the ones that they make publicly available. And there's one in Sicily where they have a guy who will commentate on the match. The camera's pointed at him. He's looking like this. And it's like cinder block walls around him.
Yeah.
So,
like Sky on Sky Sports Saturday.
It's like our watch-alongs,
Yeah. And so the money evaporates down there so quickly, and it's not like here in the United States where you make money on parking and concessions and everything else. It is strictly butts in seats, and they don't get enough of that. So if they, which blows my mind because with Catania, you see all these cars wheeling and diving almost kamikaze style into parallel parking spaces. And as an American walking over there, I'm like, my God, you guys are burning so many opportunities for revenue generation. And they're like, yeah, we don't want to hear it. Like, shut up. And I'm like, no, it's just a parking lot. You can put a parking lot right here. And you can have like a shuttle. Nope. We don't want anything. No. Don't talk to us about that. And,
go ahead.
Which is why Joe Tacopina was like, if your guys are going to be this damn difficult about everything, no, I'm not going to buy your team. And, that's the situation you're dealing with right now with the lower divisions. But you're completely reliant. And this is what I don't think a lot of American investors understand. And if you're watching this and you are an American investor.
I am not an American investor.
At Nicolifi on Twitter, DM me and we can have conversations. But
Consulting services.
Consulting services.
At Nicolifi on Twitter.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go. Right there.
it's what I think a lot of American investors don't understand, because America is a nation, many problems. It is still a nation of ideas, and there are people who create something out of nothing every day. And it's because they have this dream and this drive to make it happen. And it's largely accepted by everyone that this is the case. Like, everyone here on this show, there was at one point no SDH. At one point there was no SOT, and people working together for very little to nothing came together and made something happen. And we have wonderful people who tune in to our show. Over in Italy, to have something like that, people be like, yeah, okay, great, good for you, but why? Like, why? We don't really need this. Why don't you go be like a firefighter or something, or a cop, or, I don't know. Your mom sold arancina. Like, why are you not doing that? So it's to bring and present new ideas. It's not enough. When American investors come over and say, we're going to build a new stadium and we're going to have shopping districts. Why?
Yeah.
We have a store that sold prosciutto here for the past 65 years. Why do we want your, what are you going to sell here? Well, we're going to sell like Gucci. Why the hell do you want to sell? Like, do you know where you are?
Yeah. Ask InvestCorp about Gucci.
Yeah. And so you have, there's a lot of pushback against the new, and that means that you're going to hit obstacles on everything. New stadium construction, any sort of businesses you want to put around said stadium. You have, people who are going to push back on revenue generation because the ultras will feel like you're cutting in on their business. And then you have other groups that you have to play ball with as well. So there needs to be a fundamental change in ideas around soccer in Italy from Serie A, Serie B. But if you're an investor and you're looking at these clubs, you must do your due diligence, unless you're like an InvestCorp and you just have billions on deck. But these smaller groups that buy like Spezia, if somebody comes in and buys Udinese, or Roma, like when Freakin bought Roma, I'm like, dude, you're from Texas. Like, what in God's name are you doing? Like, do you have any idea of what you're getting yourself into here? And from the stadia alone, we talked about this last week, the age of the stadiums, how they're run by the city and they're revenue drivers for the city. The city doesn't want to give that up. So, who do you have to pay off to make these things happen? It's very interesting how this all works out, because the price is right. You can buy a Serie A team, at minimum a Serie B team for by far less than you can an MLS team. And, that's lock, stock, and barrel. That's the locks on the doors. And
yeah. But you got some pretty big limitations in what you can actually make with it.
Exactly. And so that's what I think people see opportunity, but they don't necessarily see. It's a lot of people who
promoted.
It's a lot of people who are used to not being able to take no for an answer.
Yeah.
And like, no is just a gateway to yes. Well, not really.
Except when you're here.
Yeah, except in Italy. So then it's a pretty hard, fast rule. So yeah, exactly, Coco. He did not have a clue. So the narrator comes in quite frequently. So when you see teams like Fiorentina, I don't know how long that's going to be, current investment group is going to be there for. I don't know how long, because they're not getting a new stadium, and they're not going to get this magical new build. And, same with Friedkin. I don't know how much longer Friedkin's going to be able to stay at Roma and just keep things as they are. There's not enough money in it. The stadium's dilapidated. You really need to make Champions League in order to make this thing work. You can't be playing Glimt again. That's not going to help you.
Nobody wants to play Bodo Glimt again.
No,
especially in the Arctic Circle
again, especially Roma. So, people, American investors really need to start looking at different avenues for. Buy a championship team, buy a team in like third division England, and have fun with that. But you're probably going to find, or this is really crazy. Spain is available. The economy in Spain ain't exactly humming. So,
Yeah, Spain has its own things as we're learning with Gerard Piqué's dealings. And he did an interview tonight trying to, I think, clear the air, and I don't think he really helped himself from the vibe I'm getting. I don't know if he could have. I mean, he saw a business opportunity and went for it, right? That's what he did, and he pulled it off, but it's kind of shady all the way around yeah, it's not him, it's his company negotiating the deal to have the Supercopa in Saudi Arabia. There's a financial penalty if Madrid and Barca don't participate in it. That's totally normal, of course. There's not anything weird about that, even though he plays for one of those teams. I mean, he's not really helping himself here.
no.
But the league is also, I mean, I don't know how different it is than Italy with the power clubs having the power, and if you want to buy one of those other teams,
just buy bad. What was it? Bad. Just watch Bad Sport on Netflix. And
Yeah,
you learn
exactly.
everything you want to know.
Yeah. I don't know how different it is with Spain. They haven't had a Calciopoli. They have had their two leading clubs try to break away. They did have that. They do have some pretty severe issues with Florentino Perez being Florentino Perez. Barcelona is a whole nother mess with just various things. It can sometimes be okay, and it can sometimes be a mess depending on who the president is and how stupid they are and how corrupt they are and what their captain's doing as well. That's a whole other topic. Look, I don't know if Spain's the great play either. I mean, England is probably the play, but we've talked about this a million times. Like, one of these owners, when they look at the amount of money you could spend, and you could go and get a lower tier Serie A team or a Parma, and you think you can turn them into something. All right, you can spend a little bit. It's a big speculative buy,
right?
But you're not out a whole lot of money. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh well, whatever. In England, you're going to spend a little bit more, and there's really no point if your goal is to be the biggest team. There's no speculation buy for you. Like, you're not going to compete. None of somebody with the kind of money who could go buy Chelsea, those losing bidders are not going to turn around and buy Scunthorpe.
No,
it's not going to happen. They're not going to go down that road. They're not going to go buy, a team even in the championship. I really think the last great option was Newcastle. There's others you might be able to maybe, and if things go perfect and this and that, and you might get a distressed property. Yeah, sure. But I don't think you hit that sweet spot. Like, Parma is a sweet spot because it's a heritage brand. If you get them promoted, okay, cool. They've got at least some of the infrastructure to be competitive in Serie A. Okay. If it doesn't happen, hey, your lottery ticket didn't cash out. Cool. But it's a hard road to go buy a smaller team somewhere else. I think in Spain, who are you going to buy that you could really compete with Real Madrid and Barcelona and Atleti with? I don't think there's anybody. I mean, Valencia seems to be the one that would come to mind for me that could be available, even though their owner keeps saying they're not, even though he doesn't put any money into it.
Yeah.
They've been at that level in the past for a while. Mallorca was high up there for a while, and they've got new ownership, and they're yo-yo right now. I mean, it's just it's a business, and we have to talk about the business, and it is part of who's probably going to have the best chances to win. You can't ignore it, but we also try to counter that with the romance of the game and the things we love about the game too, because there is both, and it's okay to have both. I watched a good bit of City and Liverpool on the weekend, and it's some of the best players in the world playing in a great match. Of course, if you love the game, you're going to love that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also watched the Argentina and Brazil U17s today in a U17 tournament, and it was great. It was what you would expect at Argentina and Brazil. I thought they were going to fight every 5 minutes. It's great. but I've got the second division in Argentina on right now and just saw a great goal. Cool. Like, I guess I kind of accept the money aspect of it at this point and just accept that people are going to try to find their angle to make more money, like PK is with his company and all these other different situations. And it is what it is. And the best players are going to gravitate to where the money is. And those clubs are probably going to have the best chance of winning. And that's compelling in its own way. If you don't love that or you don't love it as much, there's plenty of other things in the game you can find that you can enjoy. And it's all accessible now. Right. So I don't get like furiously angry and swearing off of anything because of it. It just is what it is. Like, we're not going to make that stop.
No. And look, you have a sport that's obsessed over, right, worldwide, and you have, to an unhealthy degree.
Yes. A lot. Yes. It's not always bad.
Not always bad.
It is bad at
but
times.
It's a sport where that'll make you cut open chain link fence and throw toilets.
That's happened. I've watched this.
It will, it'll have your ultras stabbing each other in the buttocks outside of the stadium on Derby Day. That's what Lazio and Roma ultras do. They stab each other in the butt so that way they live, but you have a little something painful reminder that you should not support the club that you do.
That's genius, by the way. Totally.
And you have
very intelligent people we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
No, super intelligent, amazingly intelligent people.
Yes.
But then you have people who utilize this passion and love for nefarious means, like the expose that came out not too terribly long ago, where they had football ultras who were trafficking weapons, and they found an air-to-air missile amongst the weapons cache. I mean,
that's typical for a supporters
go
group.
team.
You go from supporting your club to weapon sales for anybody that wants to.
I mean, you were just going to sell it and then buy more tickets, right? Of course.
Right.
It's that rollover aspect.
We are trying to fund the Children's Hospital tickets, and we may have sold
and a missile.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I may have committed some light treason.
It's like, so let's think. We have guys on the corner, and he's going through his sales book. Okay, we've got section 334, and we've got a couple of stingers. If you're interested,
that's about 40,000 on black market.
That's a bit up in the price range.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something in an immediate sense, but we can put you in the club level, or a surface to air missile. You want a SAM? Yeah, we got some SAMs.
The FM92 runs about 35,000 black market pre-Ukraine invasion, I imagine, because of supply dwindling. That's gone up a substantial amount.
So would you like to buy a suite or a 92?
The Russian variant. You could probably get that one for about 16 to 20.
You want a Sukhoi or you want a suite? No, that's kind of what we're dealing with here.
So you have people who find different ways of making money, and you have people who are connected and will utilize whatever means are at their disposal. Handshakes, people who want access, like rich people want access to athletes still. Mind-bendingly rich people would do exceptionally stupid things and pay ridiculous sums of money to meet Michael Jordan.
Why? Because they can.
Because they can. And so even though Michael Jordan didn't make a tenth of what they made at that time, they still did it. And, you'll have people who want to meet their heroes from Barcelona. And if that person from Barcelona is connected to a business and says, hey, I got a way we can all make some money and Barcelona can come to your house and yay, like we have people who ask like, hey, can we get so-and-so to show up at a birthday party? How much does that run? No, they're like, yeah, can we get the whole team to show up to an event? How much would that cost? It's doable, but we need to have a reason.
This thing, the Super Cup, just because Spain does it in a really dumb way to begin with. Right. They were already chasing money before this. This is just more money. It's a Super Cup in every other place in the world Actually, I think Ecuador does a weird Super Cup thing now too. They probably stole it
Right.
from Spain. A Super Cup is generally your cup champion against your league champion. Or like in the UEFA Super Cup, it's the Champions League winner against the Europa League winner. I guess the Conference League winner, they're the ball boys. I don't know. Okay, they turned it into a tournament in Spain. It's a Final Four. They did that in 2020. Thanks, John, for the echo. It's dumb. It's dumb. Like, I guess it's the Copa del Rey winner, the league winner, and the next two highest placed teams. Okay. So you go do this. They get off of the league schedule for a week. They go play this thing somewhere. It's a bunch of money, 40 million euro per tournament for the federation. PK is going to get PK's company, the Cosmos Group, will be paid 4 million euro per tournament by the Saudi organizers for negotiating the agreement. If I remember right, people were praising PK's company and his business sense for, what did he get the TV rights to in Spain and make available for everybody? Something like fairly recently that everybody's like, oh, that's a great thing. That's a really smart thing by Gerard Piqué to do. And now he's getting destroyed.
It was something, yeah.
It was something with TV rights.
Liga.
Yeah.
Liga. Was it? Yeah, it was Liga. He got the rights to that because of Messi. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's great. We're going to watch Lionel Messi. Thanks, Gerard Piqué. And now it's like, no, you idiot. How could you do this?
Well, first of all, let's remember that the Spanish tax man is undefeated.
Well, the Spanish tax man has nothing to do with this right now. I mean, there's no problem with anything right now other than, you better report you got to report your revenue. I mean, if he doesn't pay the taxes on it, of course, which any business movie makes that come into play.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that there's always the investigation to start with. Like, wait a minute, we need to see if there's
no investigation. I don't want to mislead anybody. There's no investigation about anything being with taxes right now. It's really an ethics question is where it stands right now. One, the playing it in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
That's number one, but they've already done that.
Yes.
They were already doing that before. And number two is the fact that his company and he could be playing in it and all of that. And then there were some comments in the leaked audio about the president of the federation making fun of Atletico Madrid. President of the federation's a Real Madrid fan because anybody at any kind of a power in Spain is either a Real Madrid fan or a Barcelona fan typically. So, there was that. But it's not about anything other than that yet in terms of taxes. They're trying to find, is it legal to make this commission, is one, and two, is it ethical? And I don't think they really care about the ethics. I think they care about is it legal for them to get paid for it? If they don't, they won't. But Federation was already going to do this thing anyway.
Well, I remember there was a period of time when they were trying to get a similar event in Miami or in the U.S. They claimed the U.S., but it was it was a Miami group.
Well, that it's slightly different, but kind of related because they were talking about getting a league game. Basically, one of the smaller teams was going to sell a home game to play it in Miami against Real Madrid or Barcelona. That was the idea. And that's all kicking up to another level now with all kinds of accusations and things. And Charlie Stilitano's group is involved in it, and Relevant's involved in it, and the owner of the Dolphins is involved. I mean, it's all kinds of
Mr. Ross.
complicated. But according to the Federation, about this Super Cup idea, and PK, or this is actually from PK, he said, we have good links with the Middle East, not just in Saudi Arabia. They wanted to take football competitions there, and seeing the panoramic, we opted to speak with Rubiales, the president of the Federation, who oversees the Super Cup, to see if he could be interested in taking the Super Copa there. He liked the idea, and now people are super hooked on the new format of the competition. Whatever, it's stupid. It's just another opportunity to get Clásicos. I get it. Once accepted, we signed a mandate to explore options. Saudi Arabia wasn't the only one. We spoke with Miami, and the Federation had an offer from Qatar. So they did talk about taking this to Miami instead of taking a league game there, which the U.S. Soccer Federation has been against, and that's really put some people who hate U.S. soccer in weird spots because they should not want another league to come into this country and do a game. But they get mad because U.S. Soccer was against it. FIFA came out against it. They don't want to see that happen internationally, because it does open up a Pandora's box. I think Stilitano's group was involved in that, and they were even looking at bringing, I believe it might have been an Ecuadorian league game. It was a South American country. I think it was Ecuador. They wanted to do a test run to basically try to show that, hey, yeah, everything's fine.
Viability. Yeah.
And bring one of the, it's not the same viability as bringing Real Madrid or Barcelona, but show like, oh, yeah, sure, it's all good. Everything's fine. Sure. Yeah, see, they did it. But that hasn't happened as of yet either, because FIFA and the national federation here, which would have to give their blessing to it to happen, both have been against it. And some in La Liga have been against it. Some, it seems to waffle about if they're for it or against it at this point. But if you're a 15th place team and you might be able to sell out your home venue of 25,000 when Barcelona comes, but you could play it in Miami and sell out 70,000. Yeah, you're going to play it in Miami if you can do that.
Yep.
They'll try to. And then, but what about the home fans in that place? Well, it's all about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, I don't know if Tommy says, I wish I was a forensic accountant in Miami. # job security. I wouldn't want that one.
I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one.
Nope.
I'm going to stay away from that one.
Nope.
I'm going to watch out for, watch my back in Miami. I watched too many Miami Vice episodes when I was a kid.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't want anything to do with that.
No.
Other things on the news front before we jump into some picks of the week and such. In France, PSG's pretty much got the title now. They beat Marseille 2-1. I know, it's crazy. Neymar had a goal canceled out. He scored first, and then Donnarumma made a big mistake. I should have started laughing about that one. And Marseille equalized, and then PSG got the winner. Lyon bounced back after losing to West Ham. They beat Bordeaux 6-1. Nice is trying to get into the top 3. Good for them. France is France. No surprises. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, wild comeback from them to come back against Sevilla. They were down 2-0. Karim Benzema, last gasp winner. That's just what he does. 39th goal of the season in all competitions.
Monster.
That's insane.
Ridiculous.
15 points clear at the top of the table. And because Barcelona lost today to Cadiz for the first time at the Camp Nou in the history of those two teams playing one another, Real Madrid could win the title this weekend if things go their way. Xavi's pissed off. He's what he said. He said, we are pissed off. We missed a golden opportunity to distance ourselves in the fight for the Champions League and continue in the one for the title. We've almost said goodbye to La Liga. He said the team should have shown more desire, more enthusiasm, and more of an urge to win. It's not about attitude because the players want to, but we need to have a competitive character. Talking about Cadiz, they defended every play like it was the last, and you have to equal that. Now, Barcelona, in terms of getting back to the Champions League, it looked great because they were 15 unbeaten, and they had the longest unbeaten string in European top 5 leagues. Well, now they get knocked out of the Europa League by Eintracht Frankfurt at the Camp Nou. They lose in the Camp Nou to Cadiz, and they are on 60 points. They're in second. They have a better goal differential than Sevilla, who's also on 60, and Atleti, who's also on 60, in fourth. Oh, boy. Barca's got a game in hand, though. Betis is 3 points back in fifth. That would take you to the Europa League. Real Sociedad is 5 points back in sixth. That would take you to the Conference League. Villarreal's on 49. They're 11 points back, so they're probably not going to factor into this. So Barca's probably going to play in Europe, but there's not any guarantee at the stage that it will be in the Champions League.
Next match is at Real Sociedad this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you got a young team and you haven't had a ton of disappointment, and you have a young manager too in Xavi at this level, and you then have a big disappointment in that home game with Eintracht Frankfurt, and you have to bounce back in league, and you still look like you're hungover, you got to find a way to shake that off. The players and Xavi have to find a way to regroup now. It's been a great run for Xavi, and there's there's all this debate now in Spain because Xavi talked about having the kind of expectation that since Johan Cruyff came to Barcelona that they can't just win, they have to win in a certain way. And what he said is valid because, right. I mean, we saw it with Tata Martino, who came in and very narrowly missed winning the league in his 1 year, but he played in a less than Barca way. And people were freaking out because his possession numbers were under 50%. Mm-hmm. So, like what Xavi said is accurate. It was also, kind of a dig at Real Madrid in terms of them not having a style. So now you're getting all the Madridistas who are defensive about that and say, oh, well, no, we have a style, blah, blah. And it's not just about a style. You have to win. And it's the usual back and forth slap fight.
Yeah, Real Madrid does have a style. It's top of the table.
I mean, yeah, it's about getting the best.
Be mad.
They don't have as much of a playing philosophy, but that's not who they are. And it is who Barcelona is. Like the whole conversation, like in terms of one having less of a playing philosophy than the other, that's accurate. That's true.
Yeah.
And Xavi, that's why he was the right guy at Barcelona, because he fits the playing style. You can't just go get anybody at Barca. You can't just go sign anybody at Barcelona. You have to fit into the Barcelona box.
And if you have Netflix, if you don't have Netflix, I mean, I understand. I get it. But
highly recommended.
Yeah, Take the Ball, Pass the Ball.
Yeah, it's a great
documentary about Barcelona and the style. They openly talk about, we've brought big names in here before, Zlatan, and it didn't work, because we have, we have a certain style. People either come in and they get it, or they struggle completely. And it's, they even got Messi in front of a camera, which is nuts.
No, not easy.
And so they talk about the style, and Xavi was there and he was talking about it. And he's like, and in that interview, and because he's the one who really has the job of, here's what we do, here's how we do it, here's the training system and the style and all that.
Xavi gets it maybe as well as anybody outside of Pep Guardiola.
And that's when I saw that, I'm like, okay then, all right, this is why, because he's making it so a knucklehead like me can sit here and be like, oh, huh, okay then, all right, very well, that makes perfect sense then. Mm-hmm. And I'm an idiot, so if I can get it, I mean, I guarantee you can make it accessible for just about anyone. So
yeah, once after you watch that, then read the book, and it's a little bit longer read. It's a great read if you're part of our subscribers and you have joined Gustavo, our friend in Buenos Aires. If you've joined his book club, it's there, and it's a great read. It's absolutely worth your time. Jonathan Wilson, who has written a number of books about tactics and style, he wrote one called The Barcelona Inheritance, and it is the evolution from the Cruyff team as a player to Cruyff as a manager to Pep and all the steps in between. It is a great read. I highly recommend it. So even if you don't like the style as much, or you just, whatever, like it's good to read to think about the game that way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Madridista, don't read it. Don't waste your time, because Ricky Ricardo is already talking trash in the Twitch pitch about style and all this and all that stuff and yada, 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 yada. It's not for every club. And again, I think it's okay that one has it and one doesn't. I really do. You do have the situation at Barcelona right now, and Byrne points it out, where you have supporters who are also pissed, like Xavi, about 30,000 Eintracht Frankfurt fans showing up at Camp Nou, and how did they get all these tickets?
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's a valid thing to be pissed off about if you're a supporter of Barcelona, or if you're Xavi, or if you're the players.
If you didn't watch that game, anytime Eintracht Frankfurt got the ball and countered, it sounded like a Frankfurt home game.
Yeah.
It was like, to the point where I'm like, wait, hold up. Are they in Germany for this? It doesn't look like they're. And then they would score. People would go nuts, and you're like, "How is this happening in Barcelona, of all places?" So it's
I mean, it's about money, and look, Barca needs it. We know that, but this was taken to the extreme. There's going to have to be some answers as to how this happened.
Yeah,
if it's purely about just making money, if that's all it is. Well, somebody needs to come out and say that. And we weren't going to make payroll. we had to do this because we had to make payroll.
Yeah. What they need to do is hire everyone who interviewed for SMU on on Pony Excess on
Yeah.
the 30 for 30 and be like, we had a payroll to meet.
You had a payroll.
And to say it exactly like
well,
that.
But they literally had a payroll to meet.
Yeah.
Maybe they did need to sell these tickets to
Right,
meet it
like-
because they've struggled to meet it a couple times here in the last few years.
Yes.
The thing I would say about this, and I don't think it's one's better than the other, honestly, and I don't want to get in the midst of a Madrid-Barcelona slap fight because those are always fun.
Are you sure?
But like Real
You
Madrid
sure
fans,
you don't want to talk about that? You sure you don't want to?
I'm sure I don't want to make anybody mad this time. We'll get into picks of the week, and I'll make people mad enough. I don't want to get into that because I don't think that Barcelona should worry about Madrid's style or lack thereof, and I don't think Madrid should care if Barcelona has a style. Both have been very successful over their years.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about Real Madrid and Barcelona? Anyone on Twitch pitch? You don't want to talk about Real
That's
Madrid
all I got.
and Barcelona, the two teams.
That's all I got. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna
Madridistas.
leave it right there.
Barcelona.
Madrid's got the title. It's done. Barcelona's got to regroup. They've got to regroup to get a Champions League spot because they really do need the Champions League because of the finances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a massive gap between Champions League and Europa League in terms of money, and they need Champions League. We'll see if they can pull it off. They got.
Who is the old guy? Who was the old guy in the Pony Excess episode? The guy like, the best teams take money.
Oh,
he was
one of the naughty nine boosters.
The booster who was wide open. Yeah. He was wide open.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
If you want to win, winning costs money.
I ain't saying no more.
Four card. I'm not going to get into the Barcelona Real Madrid slap fight. I'm saying I'm not getting into the style and style good, style bad, blah 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 blah. I'm not getting into that. 4 card. It's okay. I think you guys are going to be all right. I think you'll get into the Champions League next year.
So before we get into picks of the week, is Karim Benzema, does he get your Ballon d'Or?
This year?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who really is taking it away from him this year.
I gotta think.
And we know they can do it. We know they can do it because they robbed Lewandowski. Unless you want to make this the year that you give it to Louis out of like.
Well, no. Let's be clear. They robbed Lewandowski by not having an award, which is with a robbery. Because the next year when Messi got it versus Lewandowski, you could go either way. It was more competitive than in previous years, but you could have given it to Lewandowski then. Mm-hmm. But they robbed him of the year. They just decided not to do it because of COVID, but they still played games, and they should have done it. That was stupid.
Yes.
You don't have to have your fancy ceremony where people wear ridiculously ugly outfits at these things. It's
Coco. Benzema should win it because
I can't think of who should get it other than him. Yeah, I mean it probably should be him because I don't. It hasn't been the same kind of a year for Lewandowski. It's been good. Nowhere near the same year for a Ronaldo or a Messi. Neymar was hurt for a long portion, legitimately this time. There's nobody in England who's had that year, So, I mean, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that should get it ahead of him.
If you have one shot to get this right, it needs to be Benzema.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of who else should
So 4 card says Mo Salah if Liverpool win Champions League or the EPL.
I don't think
it's the same year. I don't think it's the same year as Benzema though, because Benzema has done it domestically. He's done it in
all the clutch situations. He's done it
everywhere.
So
I'm not a Madrista. I'm not a big Benzema fan.
Now, a couple of things like time-wise, because this is always a little confusing. It will be announced in October. The Ballon d'Or will take into account. So it's a new ruling for the 2022 edition.
Oh, a new ruling.
Instead of the awards criteria judging a player's personal and team achievements over a calendar year, it will only judge over the course of a typical club season, which makes more sense because it was confusing this is good because it would get confusing when you're like taking the second half of the season and the first half of the next season and the summer tournaments. This makes more sense. So, okay.
So it's only the club season.
It's instead of being like January to December, it's like August to July.
Yeah.
The whatever summer tournament, which there isn't one this year, would be factored in. So, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. It'll be done in October. August to July is right. I had my timing right. You'll have a short list and all that kind of stuff. So, Goal.com.
I dig it, Forcon. I get what you're saying. I understand.
Goal.com did a power rankings for it. And this was after Benzema went nuts. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to the top because we don't need to go through the whole 20. Number 1 is Karim Benzema.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Robert Lewandowski.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe getting knocked out of the Champions League, and Benzema going ham in the Champions League is going to change it. I think that is correct. I think that probably would flip it. I think Benzema's probably ahead anyway. Mo Salah is next.
Mm-hmm.
Third in this. Fourth is Kylian Mbappe, who's had a ridiculous year. It's at a little bit lower level, but a ridiculous year.
It is.
I can buy into that. So in 2021-22, in all competitions, Benzema's got 42 goals, 13 assists. Won the Nations League and the Supercopa. Lewandowski, 53 goals, 10 assists. He will win the Bundesliga. He's got the Super Cup in Germany. They're not going to win the Pokal. Benzema's going to win the league too. So yeah, I mean, you've got the national team stuff as well with Benzema.
If Benzema doesn't win, El Chiringuito is going to go.
Oh jeez.
It's going to.
Mo Salah. Now look, if they do win all 4 trophies, okay, that's going to help him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they beat Madrid in the Champions League and Salah has a day, that's going to help him. He's got the opportunity to get there. I don't think he's there right now. And I think it might be the performances with the national team that gets him there. Mbappe's got 41 goals and 27 assists. Again, the weakest league of the major 5.
Right.
5th is Luka Modric, which, I mean, he's a robot.
Yeah.
He's a cyborg.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Luka Modric fan. Yeah, it's
he's insanity.
I'll
put him on the damn podium just because of that outside the foot pass.
Oh,
I'm putting him on the podium just for that. Sadio Mane is in the top 10. He's 6th. He's got an AFCON and a Carabao Cup and all the other things that Liverpool could win. Maybe not quite at the same level as Mo Salah, although he did knock him out of the World Cup and he did win the AFCON over him. So I don't know. Maybe Sadio Mane should be ahead of Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne is next.
7.
Vinicius Jr. is 8th. 9th is Phil Foden. And 10th is Trent Alexander-Arnold, according to Goal.com.
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
Jason.
Yes.
Are there any Barcelona people on the list?
Oh, jeez.
Are there Barcelona people on the
I gotta go back to it.
list?
Why are you trying to start a fight?
I'm just asking for general question-asking purposes.
Let's see if there's any in the second 10. Son is 20. Cristiano Ronaldo's 19. Okay. Erling Haaland is 18. Harry Kane is 17. Thomas Mueller 16. Joao Cancelo is 15. Riyad Mahrez is 14. Christopher Nkunku of RB Leipzig is 13. Bernardo Silva is 12. Diego Jota is 11. No, there's no Barcelona players in the top 20. You happy with yourself, Nick? You happy? You happy?
I mean, I was just asking questions that I think are relevant and valid.
Yeah. You happy with that?
Just asking relevant and valid questions about a sport that we cover.
I mean, like, I almost started a war.
There are no Milan guys on that list. None. Damn one.
I started a war last week, and now you're bound and determined to start a war.
Mikey Magnon should be listed somewhere, but no, he's no Milan players anywhere near the top 10. None.
Top 20, top 30.
None. But I embrace where we are. That's the difference. I embrace where we are at the top.
A couple of updates on the Fabrizio Romano.
There's no Italian guys on the list at all. None. 0.
Fabrizio Romano's updated some stuff.
Four cards like throwing stuff right now.
Yes.
Sir.
Stop angering Four Card. He's had a rough day.
There ain't Italian guys on the list.
He's had a rough day. John, you can't do the gimmick.
Yes, I embrace losing Frank Kessie because we're drawing lines in the sand, baby.
You're about to have $1.1 billion.
Don't come to I'm enjoying being the plucky upstart while we can.
Yeah, you're about to lose that.
Hey, we're about to lose that.
They're going to go
I'm
sign
enjoying being the
Donnarumma.
plucky upstart while I
Yeah,
can.
Donnarumma comes back.
Yeah, they're going to bring Donnarumma back.
There's no way. When I read that stupidness, good Lord. People will put any
Mm-hmm.
foolishness out there in the wild
So
and
you're saying
expect people to believe it.
You mean to tell me that folks will just
Wait a
type
minute.
ish and hit return
Yeah.
just for the sake of typing?
They
Really?
sit there.
That
They
happens?
sit there, and they say, "Hey, because the editor comes in and says, hey, person who is in charge of writing stuff, we need you to write about this." And the person's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me go on Football Manager for a bit." Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. Hey, what about that? Okay, let me go on FIFA. Okay, yeah, I think I know enough to write something now. Oh, okay, yeah. God, what else can we type? Donnarumma needs to go back to Milan.
Sure.
Maybe someone's trying to work to get Donnarumma back to Milan.
Who could that
Evil
be?
eyebrow. Look, yeah, no. When he said, "I do what Mino tells me," it was over. It was over. The minute that happened, it was done between Milan fans and Donnarumma. He could have said anything else. He could have had, like, they could have shot a video like the end of Desperado, where he's like, where he's walking and he has like that bandolier thing of like the Mexican colors, and he could have had that with like the Italian flag and like like any sort of the 2006 World Cup trophy. Would not matter. Absolutely I do not want him back. Let him go to Juve. Let him go to Inter, wherever he wants to go.
He ain't going to Juve. Let's talk about who will be facing Donnarumma in the Finalissima coming up this summer. The big game for Italy in 2022, because that's the last game that has any meaning to it. Italy-Argentina Finalissima at Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
The goalkeeper on the other side from Donnarumma, Emiliano Dibu Martinez, maybe the best heel in world football.
Oh my
I
goodness.
love that guy
According
so
to Tay,
much.
well, Nick, you ready? According to Tay Issei, Juventus want to bring him in.
I hate that guy immediately. The moment he puts it on.
Exactly what I thought.
Look, Szczesny's somebody who's done pretty well for them, and any issues that Szczesny's had really this year. And am I known for defending any Juve player ever?
No, I don't think I've ever heard
it. The defense in front of that man is like decrepit. Okay, it's like you got 3 crypt keepers and De Ligt. Okay, so there's no, like, what in God's name do you want that man to do? I don't know. I don't get it. And look, Milan has Mikey Maignan, so I'm completely happy with that. If my man wants to come and elevate his lifestyle and come to Italy, that's fine. He is the greatest heel in all of world soccer right now, and I am embracing the time. I cannot wait to see this man in the World Cup.
I hope we get a penalty shootout.
It is
PK smack talk. Oh, it's the best.
I need penalties in the Finalissima between Italy and Argentina.
I you know what? I don't care. Have fun.
I need it.
Have fun. I always want Italy to win everything. I accept when we don't. Because there's more dignity in that, right? And Icardi to Milan. If Icardi went to Milan, hold on, what? 25 to 50. Okay. My lawyer has advised me that I am not able to discuss what I would do if Icardi went to Milan. I'm not. Yeah. I've been told with what Simeone said.
On the advice of counsel.
On the advice of counsel, yeah. What Simeone said. It is the open mouth that gets the fish. So.
That's pretty good.
That's all I'm saying. Keep my mouth shut.
We might need to make a shirt out of that.
Yes.
I am going to give your Italians a tip, Nick. So I watched the U17 tournament final between Argentina and Brazil today.
Mm-hmm.
And the best player for Argentina, his name is Gianluca Prestiani. He's
Yep.
got to have some Italian heritage in it.
Got to.
A
Absolutely.
lot of them do.
Yeah, no, I know, but
But this is
you
the
better go
problem.
get this kid.
Hey, why would he want to? Does he want to see a World Cup?
Hey, I'm saying you better go try.
I
because
keep it 100.
He is legit. He's at Velez right now.
Keep it 100.
The reason why he's legit, one, he loves the gambetta, he loves to dribble, he loves to beat people and then beat them twice and then beat them a third time. And then because this was Brazil, and Brazil has turned into an ish housing team these days, even at the U17 level. At the end of it, so Prestiani goes on a run, he beats 2 or 3, creates this crazy thing.
I was told that dribbling is wrong and evil,
but
and
in this case,
nothing good comes from dribbling.
It's good. It's good. And then afterwards, Prestiani was throwing punches at the Brazilians.
Oh.
So, I like that guy a lot.
Gianluca
Prestiani.
Gianluca, I want you to hear me right now, young man. Look in this camera. I'm looking in the camera.
Oh,
all right, I'm looking out.
His hand is touching your hand, Gianluca.
My hand is touching your hand because we're in hard times, baby, in Italy right now. There's a hard time with a reckoning. So understand this, Gianluca. I want you to stay where you are, baby. Stay where you are with the Argentinas. Stay there and do your thing and do it in the biggest, the largest, because we reserve the stratosphere for yourself, my man, because there's nothing happening right now in Italy except a leaning tower and some crumbling buildings, my baby. I love it so much, but it's not for you, baby. Bigger, larger stratospheres await. So reach out. My hand is touching your hand for this hard time blues.
On the 17 tour.
Stay in Argentina.
He can come to Atlanta if he wants, but he dribbles a lot. They might make people mad.
No, there are some people who'd be very angry.
That's fine. I don't mind it.
What do you mean they signed another dribbling player? It's wrong.
It's okay, especially if he's going to fight people after games.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
dribble and I'm gonna fight.
I like that. I like that. A couple of updates.
Alex, it's Dusty Rhodes. It's Dusty Rhodes. It's Dusty Rhodes.
I don't think Alex knows Dusty Rhodes.
Please.
YouTube, Dusty Rhodes, Hard Times.
Yes.
And you can thank me later.
You can do that. You'll be fine.
Yeah. No, Gianluca, stay, baby. Stay in Argentina.
A couple of updates from Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United not going to announce because the day's over in Europe. Eric Ten Hag. Timing will depend on the final agreement with Ajax. It's a €2 million clause to get him done. I think they can handle that. Cut the check. Just a matter of time. It's done. They're also working on the assistants. Mitchell van der Gag is going to be one of them. They're trying to get that done to get announced at the same time.
Okay.
Yep.
I've had thoughts on this.
Okay. That's dangerous, but okay.
Very dangerous.
It is.
Yeah. Eric Ten Hag's going to want guys who dribble, right?
I don't think he is an anti-dribbling acolyte.
I just want to throw that out there. Sorry.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah. You've had a series of managers come through the Man U turnstiles here, and each one gets kind of. I don't think any of them really had a cohesive strategy. Like one that leads to another, We're trying to get in this direction. No, it's been kind of like, throwing monkey poop at a wall and, hey, look, what did that stick? I don't know.
So it's like whiplash.
Yeah, I don't know. But nothing really seems to be working right now. And that's because the team itself has no coherent strategy. You can yell about the players and you can say that they overpaid for Maguire. You know what? Look, if you go and you spend $85,000 on a stock Honda Accord, that's your problem, not the dealership's, okay? Because you are the ones who are
talking to John here with his car buying situation? Maybe you needed another analogy. That might have hit too close to home.
Talk to me next time he wants to go buy a car for this.
Cool. Just checking.
We discussed this offline.
Right.
Okay, but all I'm saying is there's been no cohesive strategy from a manager perspective, from a player acquisition strategy. Nothing across the board other than that, and that's it.
In the grocery store.
And so you have a guy in there now who has a system that requires team buy-in and a cultural work ethic to work. Ain't happening. So it's failing, right?
Yeah. Well, he's the interim. They didn't really want to work if they knew he was going to leave.
Well, right. And so you're talking about bringing in An Ajax guy. That's the answer, right? We haven't heard this anywhere else in all of Europe. An Ajax solution.
Be careful.
Right? Understand this. We have seen this play out many times where this beautiful Ajax system, we can come in, we can build a youth system, and we will have beautiful play on the field. And then, oh, wait, nope, it's too mechanical. This sucks. It's boring. It's no good. It's not aggressive enough. It's not there. And then people start freaking out. And then what happens? You chase them out of town, right? And this isn't just, I'm not saying Frank, Frank de Boer. I'm talking about like this happened with Louis Van Gaal. It happened,
Yeah, Louis is a little past it.
Yeah, but if you're doing this and you're bringing in Ten Hag, probably the best available guy out there who could use an upgrade.
Yeah.
Front office time, you got to give him enough runway to get this thing done. And
100%.
You have to allow fans to get mad. You have to chase some of the ruffians on the field out in order to get players in there who want to play this system. And I think it more so than Ten Hag doesn't need to be the one to do it. It needs to be people from the front office who come down in that locker room and say, who here, show of hands, who here is not on board playing this style? Just raise a hand. And if you raise your hand, get in touch with your agent right now, and we'll find an exit that will get you out, because this is where we're going. You're not going to come and cry about it. You're not going to flip out and come to us. He's not a warm and cozy guy. Yeah. No. If you're not on board, get out. So that's what needs to happen here. There has to be a cultural buy-in from Man United to say we're doing things differently now. We're not letting the players dictate the locker room. We're not holding on to players because they're legacy. They're playing this style or you're getting out. Because Frank de Boer, whether you love him or hate him, really said it best when he said, when you walk into any locker room, you have three groups. You have a group that's completely on board, a group that's completely against it, and the neutrals. If you don't win the neutrals, you're not winning the war. And if Ten Hag comes in and he's not a Blanco, he's Dutch. And people don't know how to receive him. And so you have people who are bristle back. Oh, I don't like him. He's not warm and fuzzy. Get him out. Don't play the game, because you're just going to cost yourself problems in the long time. And Turner, he's going to be out 18 months tops. Completely possible.
It's very possible.
Because, the magical thing as well, and I think the Dutch sort of underestimate how long it's going to take to implement the system. Oh, it's going to take 9 months, 90 days or whatever.
They've said 6 months generally is what you'll get in terms of this mentality. I haven't heard Ten Hag specifically say that, but that's what Frank said. That's what a lot of people will say in this style.
But the downside is that they're not, I think, recognizing the fact that there's not an institutional system backing them on integrating new players. When you integrate a new player into that system and everyone else around them knows what they're doing, it takes far less time to bring that player on board. I mean, a whole team to change styles, to buy into a culture, completely different.
He should be able to implement the style in 6 months. He might still need to make changes to the team, but he should be able to get the right group to be able to play the way he wants. Maybe not at their absolute best, but they'll understand what he wants within the 6 months.
Tommy, you're right.
The questions come up, and I mean, you've got some questions about what happened in the Dutch Cup final on the weekend where they lost to PSV.
Yep.
He dropped Sebastian Aller. He dropped Andre Onana. Didn't really give an explanation why. He said that there should have been one team with the cup. That's Ajax. We do that to ourselves. We make two very big mistakes. He said you have to defend much better. You can never let Gakpo come in. That's where his qualities lie. There are two people standing by. You have to keep him on the left. That's kind of harsh. He also said that the referees were not fair. He said we played against more than 11 players. Nevertheless, we showed character, and we should not have lost this game, but that has happened. The dropping your goalkeeper, who I don't rate Onana that high anyway. I think he's kind of like insane at times with some of the plays he makes. He's very reckless. I Okay, but why are you dropping him for a final? And then Sebastian Haller has had a great international campaign this year.
He has.
What? Why did he get dropped? Like that is just weird. And you've got, of course, in the Netherlands, Ajax doesn't want to say that he's leaving. They're still playing coy, like, oh, we're still trying to convince him, blah, blah, blah. He's gone. Like, I mean, it's gone. He's going to take the job. So it's a weird exit that I don't think is going to help him coming in the door at Manchester United. But ultimately, I mean, they've got to overhaul that squad regardless of who takes over.
Yeah.
And they've got to, at least if they announce it this week, and it's, this is who we're going with. You got time before the transfer window opens. You've got plenty of time to create your strategy. You got plenty of time to decide who you want to get out. You're doing everything right so far in terms of decisions and making it. The interim appointment and the consultancy and all that, I maybe just gave him 2 extra years because that was the only way you could get Ralph Rangnick to come in the door. I don't know. That was all like completely bizarre in the way they handled it. This is actually making sense, and it's kind of scary because getting the guy in early, making your transfer decisions early, creating your want list early, all smart things.
All smart.
We'll see, and they got the money to do it. They got the money to say, "Oh, you want 150 million to go do this? We're going to sell some guys. That's going to help." But sure, that's fine, cool, done. Here's a check. Have fun.
Yeah. They're not like nation state rich, but they're
plenty rich to compete with anybody that else out there. Like they're not gonna. They could have went and got Haaland.
Rangnick's not gonna. He's gonna stick around and collect a check, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be like, what's the character's name in Office Space who they banished to the basement? He's Milton. I think he's gonna be Milton.
Piece of cake I did not receive. A piece of cake.
But he'll actually get paid. I think, but they won't really pay any attention to what he says. I wish they
paycheck.
I wish they'd give him a project like in there that he would take, that he would say, okay, I'm not going to be the manager. Maybe this is the best use of my time. Okay, cool. I can do something at a club that has a legacy. Let's do it. If it's overhauling the academy, if it's overhauling recruitment, whatever it is, like I hope that they find that. But no, he's not going to have anything to do with the first team in terms of a staff. That ain't happening. We'll see. We'll see if they get it done. I mean, like I was going to say, Erling Haaland is somebody that if Erling Haaland wanted to come to Manchester United, they could cut the check and make that happen. So they can compete with that level.
No, Coco, I don't think Rangnick gets the Man U Academy. They're going to want Ajax system from U8 up.
Yeah. I mean, look, maybe Rangnick
going to burn the building down.
Maybe he helps them with structure. I mean, he knows the Ajax system. He's not completely like from a foreign planet than the Ajax system. He gets it.
And yes, Coco,
he can create the structure.
They need to call Frank de Boer and say, Frank, baby, the academy's yours.
Yeah, they absolutely should. That would be really smart. We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. But that's one update from Romano. The other one is about Erling Haaland. There were reports in the Daily Mail that, it's done. They're going to sign him. They're going to pay the release clause. Well, they can't do any of that right now. So that's kind of weird to even say. Like, I guess they could agree to it, but they can't cut the check because the window's not open. Romano updated his report and said that Manchester City's pushing to sign Erling Haaland. They're making a big effort. The direct contacts are now ongoing. Pep wants him at all costs. The race is still open, though, according to Fabrizio Romano. Real Madrid is included in that. And look, it's purely up to what Erling Haaland wants to do.
There's a reason that we don't, that there's a 3-letter newspaper over there and a 4-letter newspaper, and there's reasons that we don't necessarily go straight to them when it comes to information.
No, I don't trust them. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them.
Man City, for all of its, spending and whatever, look, there's something missing. They've not been able to get over the hump, whether it's Pep overthinking, which he says he does, and
well, you're talking get over the hump in Champions League.
Champions League,
okay,
Champions League. Because
yeah,
that's what they're judging themselves by, right? I mean, it's what they want to win the league, but
I don't think so. I don't think Pep feels that way. I think he wants the Champions League in the worst way. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think he's judging a year's success on Champions League. I think it's part of the year. I think Pep is kind of old school in that the the league is the league, and that is the number one thing you're playing for. That's where all the time goes. That's what you're committing to.
Mhm.
But he wants the Champions League in the worst way.
Right.
I think the thing about where City is Pep. Everybody criticized him for not going to get a number 9, or for City not going to get a number 9, not playing always with a number 9. They've had a pretty damn good year. I think they've been just fine without the number 9 that some pundits keep, stomping their feet about.
Yeah.
I think he wants the right number 9.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's convinced that Erling Haaland is that guy, then yeah, they can go get him. I mean, they've got the money to. They just have to convince him that that's the project that he wants to come to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that Erling's father, who played at Manchester City, is possibly part of this. But I would assume that he's also going to ask the questions about, you had Zlatan and you only lasted 1 year with him. Why was that? You've had falling outs with guys. Like,
Mhm.
it's valid questions to have. I think it's a valid question on if Erling Haaland is worth the amount of money that's being talked about.
Yeah.
I really do, because he started to have these injury issues. And look, maybe he's just not motivated to play at Dortmund. Maybe there's more going on. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's bad luck. I don't know. But I think it's worth asking the question. And it's not like City has failed without him. So, I mean, they got the money to spend it. And if it doesn't work, they got the money to offload him and send him to Madrid and go get somebody else. But is he the right fit? I'm not 100% convinced.
I'm not convinced he's the right fit for City.
Yeah.
Because Pep ain't adjusting jack
No,
squat
it's
to
not
fit
about
him
Haaland.
in.
Right.
I mean, just talk to Thierry. Like, when you hear any interview with Thierry Henry, when he talks about, his time at Barcelona, he's like, "Oh, I went and did this, and then Pep benched me. I scored, and Pep benched me."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, you didn't do what you were supposed to do."
Mm-hmm.
Now, Pep
Zlatan,
is more open now. I think it is fair to say that, like, he's more open to differing styles and adapting based off the roster he has. I mean, when he went to Germany, he couldn't play pure Barca style. He had more crosses in his game because he had those big number 9s, and he had Lewandowski, and he had those guys that you had to feed, and you had to do things differently. And City, he's done things differently. He'll create the plan for the year based off what he's got.
Mm-hmm.
If he's got Haaland, he's not gonna waste him and not feed him.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna sacrifice the way that he wants to play the game. Haaland's gonna have to press. He's gonna have to do the things that Pep wants.
I don't. He's not gonna have a problem pressing.
I don't think he's gonna have a problem. I just don't know if I'm not like sold that that's the missing piece, and then City will win every game ever.
No, I don't
maybe
think that's the case. But
like, they'll be good. They could absolutely be better. But it's not always adding a great player and then everything goes up.
what I want to see, and I know Liverpudlians, sorry, but
Watch it.
I want the Ten Hag experiment at United to work in the worst way. And I want Ajax fueled Man United against Pep Guardiola Man City, and just have those sides put on a clinic. An absolute. I'm just saying, that would be, if they can make that, if you can get the Manchester Derby with Man City and Fulham and Man United and with Ajax fueled, liver pudding.
Oh dear,
Oh God,
that could get out of hand.
I know. We're at least 2 years from fully Dutch Man U. I know, but I'm just saying, if it works and you have that Derby, that'd be must see TV. I mean, you gotta go full on out for that one. But I do hope the Ten Hag experiment works, because the whole Dutch experiment outside of Ajax doesn't seem to take root in too many places. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean,
we'll see. It's a better fit than Rangnick was. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely a better fit for Manchester United, and I think the kinds of players that they're going to be looking at, and the shirts they want to sell, and all the business side of it. I think Ten Hag's a better fit for that. But he can be prickly at times. He's Dutch. He's going to have to adapt because while Ajax is the biggest club along with PSV in the Netherlands, that ain't anything close to what he's walking into.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And he's going to have to adapt.
Coco, you're right.
to
Coco, you're
business.
right. Coco, you're right. Turner, you're right. I'm someone who thought it could work. Here in Atlanta, it was working. We were one failed close down away from, I know some people don't want to hear that because it invokes someone's name, but
Oh, boy.
We were a failed close down away from it taking root here. I get it. Yes. And the Joseph ACL and then the COVID shutdown certainly did not help things. However, there were a lot of people here who were yelling and screaming in the mentions about, it's boring. It doesn't do anything. And yet you almost got to a second consecutive MLS Cup, but that goes out the window. Oh, you won an Open Cup. Oh my God, that doesn't count. There was you beat you beat a Liga MX team for a Campeones Cup. Nope, that doesn't count for anything. So whatever. But
it was a failure, Nick.
It was a failure. It was a disaster.
It was a complete failure.
Fail.
But, yeah.
Oh boy. You want to talk about picks of the week?
Turner, I'm with you, baby. Turner, I'm with you. I get it, but I've had enough people shout at me about this. But, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about picks of the week?
No.
Yes.
You sure?
Go for it.
I didn't do the prop bet. It doesn't matter for it, but we can check that here.
I know I just going off of games that I remember. I know I didn't.
I think Ricky Ricardo said the prop bet ended up being 0.
Did it? No shootouts. Wow.
Yes, Campeones Cup was thrilling as a game. Yes.
Then everybody went over. The Campeones Cup was awesome. All right. I don't know if this is the right music or not, but we're going to find out. Let's talk about the picks of the week.
You're spitting facts, baby. You're spitting facts. This ain't the place for spitting facts. Hot fire facts.
I thought it was.
It is.
This is the place.
It is.
True.
Okay. The prop bet 0, Ricky. So nobody got that. So that's fine. It didn't affect anything anyway.
There you go.
All right. Let's see if this music is anything resembling it. If not, it might be new music. It's new music. This does not work at all.
Want to try that one again, boss?
I don't have the setup that I had with the other music, and I can't remember which one it was.
Time for the picks of the week.
John, shut up. That's not it at all. That's no. You can't do it that way. Man, I'm gonna have to steal John's music and give him a different one then, because I think this fits the picks of the week better than that one did. And I'll find something else ridiculous for John and surprise him tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, this is picks of the week music.
Oh,
right?
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Picks of the week. Last week, we started with Real Madrid hosting Chelsea. Nobody got it right. Nobody got it right in 90 minutes. Nobody got it right because Chelsea won in 90 minutes, and nobody picked that. John and I picked the draw. Nick in the Twitch pitch picked Real Madrid. Jarrett didn't show up because he knew he was going to be in Mexico this week. Whatever. Wednesday, New York City and Seattle.
Ricky says the music's too low, man. He says
low?
elevate your lifestyle.
You want it like that? All right, there you go.
That sounds like
Let's go. Wednesday, New York City, Seattle. Nobody got it right again. Everybody minus 200 through the first 2 days. Yeah, Thursday, Atalanta hosting RB Leipzig. Atalanta imploded. John got it right with RB Leipzig at plus 163. So everybody's minus 300. John got to 63 to the good. Friday.
Until
Tigre hosting Huracan. Nick and I picked the draw. We both moved to minus 400 for the week.
Wow.
John in the Twitch pitch got it right. The Twitch pitch moved to minus 109 because Tigre was a minus 110. John was at 254. That's at the end of the day, Friday. Saturday, like I told y'all, Manchester City would suffer.
Yep.
Liverpool would win. I was the only one who got it. Plus 230.
So I moved to minus 70 from minus 400. Nick, you're at minus 500 at the end of Saturday.
Like I said,
John
man.
moved to 154. The Twitch pitch moved to minus 209. And then Sunday, I was on pins and needles watching this because I needed a miracle. And I got it.
Of course you did.
I picked the draw in 90 minutes. And I thought it was going to fall out on me, but no. Draw, 90 minutes. I got it at plus 240. So.
Man comes out of lane 8 and gets the Duke.
I was at minus 400 on Friday, and I finished at plus 270. And I won the week. John, you finished in the positive, 54. Twitch pitch, minus 309. I'm not going to say anything at all.
Do.
No, I'm not going to say anything. Last time it was damn near anarchy. I'm not going to say anything. Nick, you finished at minus 600. What in the blue hell, dude?
I have no idea.
Like, you missed all of them.
All of them. I was watching the score lines, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be bad.
Every single one.
Bang bang.
Every single one. Man. Yeah, it was a bad week up until the last two.
Yeah, I went straight Stormtrooper on this week, baby. It was missed everything.
It's one of those where I actually had my thinking hat on with those two, and I got it because I thought City would be worn out and they wouldn't be able to beat Liverpool. I called that all week long, and that one came out. And then Sunday, look, I got a little lucky because I did think it would be difficult, but I didn't see Rangers winning it in extra time. I think I said it'd go to extra time and Celtic would win. That's crazy. We've never had a turnaround like that I can remember.
Nope, we haven't.
From missing the first four and winning. So I'll take it. I will absolutely take that. Back-to-back wins. Yes.
There's your promo.
No, I'm done. I don't want to say anything about the Twitch pitch because they're going to get upset. I mean, there's nothing to say to Nick. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
Minus 600. There's nothing even worth really getting into.
Nothing.
John finished in the positive again. That's okay. That's cool.
Second
There's no Calciopoli. There's no Calciopoli. I don't have the money to pay City off the rollover.
Yes, Coco. Yes, Coco.
There's nothing referee-wise enough. And Bobby Madden in the Scottish game, he's just horrible.
He's awful.
Like he couldn't pay him to do something because he'd screw it up. He's just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Relegate me. I got more wins than anybody this season, Coco. What you talking about? Are y'all going to implode this week, or y'all going to get along? First off, who are we dealing with this week? Ricky, is it you? You saw it last week, Nick. It's a valid question.
Yeah.
I saw a positive discourse among mutually
positive discourse. What were you drinking last week?
Good stuff, apparently.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So now for the new season, Nick, you got to win.
Yeah.
Jarrett's got to win.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch pitch. I'm just saying a fact, please. John, why are you doing that, man? I'm just saying, it's a fact. They don't have a win this season. That's all I was saying.
It is true.
Why are you trying to do something?
You were speaking fact.
That's what I said. I was prefacing.
Long Shopley.
Wow.
I'm not paying refs off. I don't have any money to pay a ref off. Bobby Madden, he'd probably eat the money. He's such a bad ref. He wouldn't know what to do with it. And Liverpool didn't need refs' help to beat City.
Oh, my God.
There was no refs involved with that.
No, that was fatigue.
Yeah, so, I mean, come up with another narrative. That's fine. But anyway.
I'll have to remember Long Shopley, though. That's pretty solid.
One, I'm not Italian. And two, I don't have money to be paying people off.
Long Shopley.
Just saying. It's very sad that when I have a great comeback and was the only one to go out on the limb on Liverpool and the only one to go for the draw in the Scottish Cup semifinal, and you want to taint it. It's very sad. It's very sad. I'm very sad about this, but I've now pulled into a lead with John with 2 wins for the season. What? It's accurate. What? You don't have 2 wins. You got 1.
Yeah.
And you finished minus 600 last week.
That's right.
Jarrett's not even here.
No.
He's Probably drunk on a beach in Mexico somewhere.
Staring at iguanas just chilling on stairs.
I mean, why not? Just saying. How did the refs help me with that big of a comeback, Coco? Please explain it to me. Pep Guardiola didn't complain about referees. And again, Bobby Madden is a drunken Scottish fool of a ref.
Awful. He's an awful official.
That's right, Coco. I don't need your logic.
Exactly what I thought. That's usually their response.
Oh,
I get
awful center ref.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible. He didn't affect it either way in that game because he was just bad all the way around.
Long Shoppily.
It's bad.
Twitch pitch. Let me.
No.
Jared is the winner this week.
I'm not going to do it. He is the winner this week.
He is the winner this week.
He's drunk with iguanas on a beach in Mexico. I'm not going to explain ProRel to you guys. I'm not going to say anything about if we had that kind of a system, who would be in that spot or anything like that. I'm not going to say anything.
Wow.
I'm not. It's not worth it. Back-to-back wins. I don't believe anybody's ever won 3 in a row.
That is true.
We're going to see if that can happen this week. So I get 2 picks. We have a consensus pick since Jared's drunk on the beach with an iguana. Everybody else gets a pick. I get a veto. Twitch pitch. No, Jared's got to win, Coco. I'm sorry. Jared's got to win.
SGB.
That's all I got. I don't know who's would. I do because I know how promotion relegation works. I don't know who would be coming up from the Serie B in our Soccer Over There Picks League. I don't know who that would be, but I do know how it would work if it did, and that's all I got. I got a veto. Twitch pitch. You didn't finish last, so you do get to pick. Do you want Saturday or Sunday? And it's not because you were nearly about to strangle each other virtually last week, and it was a way to try to get you to calm down.
It was a coup d'etat last week.
Wow. It was violent. It was crazy. Wow. It was. I tried to use a tactic to distract you. It didn't work. You're still fighting.
There were Jeeps with M60s rolling down the street in the Twitch pitch. It was.
Matias Almeida may be drunk with the iguana and Jared on the beach. That is accurate. Soccer for Good OG. Twitch pitch. Okay, Ricky, I believe you are back to captain status. You have the armband back. Do you want Saturday or Sunday for the Twitch pitch's pick? I'll let you get one. 4 card, that would be massively difficult if we went down that road.
Very problematic.
It's going to take a lot of expansion.
Twex it. He wants to Twex it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Twex it.
Yes, it was
right, Alex.
Failed. It was failed. That's accurate, Alex. It was bad.
Soccer for Good OG says I distance myself from that.
That was probably smart.
Yes, it was.
That was definitely a smart play. So you guys tell me what you want, Saturday or Sunday for your pick. And you can pick a game from that day, and we'll go from there. Let me set up the board.
So hold on. Let me make sure here. So do we have a reinstalled government?
I thought so. Pitch? That was the impression I was working under.
Because I thought it was only gifted to Sean because it was his birthday.
He says I am a man of the Eopol people.
Eopol.
It's Greek.
He's a man of the Greeks.
I just need to know who we're negotiating with on these matters.
I believe it is Ricky.
I think so.
So is it the People's Republic of Ricardo Stan, or is it?
Yeah, it is. He's getting salty, so I'm thinking he's got the armband back.
PRR, People's Republic of Ricardo Stan.
Okay, so new element, and this will take a majority vote to pass. Because last time, my first tactic was to sow discord amongst the Twitch pitch, and that worked beautifully. My second was to try to get you to calm down because it was working too beautifully to let you pick which day you wanted. The third stumbled into a really good idea. I let Ricky pick the prop bet, which was cool. Mm-hmm. So here's my idea. The person who finishes last the week prior picks the prop bet for the next week.
I don't like that. As the person who's going to have to do this, I do not like the prop bet, but okay. That's fine.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Twitch pitch. Are you for this or are you anti this?
You for it or against it?
I think it's going to pass.
I think so.
I think, Nick, you need to start thinking about the prop bet. And that's okay.
We do not have the People's Republic of Ricardo stand.
Voted for it.
We have the Union of Cocoa Socialist Republics taking over.
What?
So
No.
Coco is taking over. He's
No.
Coco's the duly elected leader of the Twitch pitch.
How did this happen?
I've watched it happen.
Nobody elected Coco.
I'm good to take it. Ricardo, I'm with it. Coco, I concur. Ricardo, yes.
What?
Soccer for Good OG, thumbs up.
No. Nick, now you're trying to sow discord and misinformation.
It's Kochinistan. Coco says it's Kochinistan now.
Now you've talked him into it now, and that's
I haven't talked him into it. He made his own choice. Coco, look,
and now Coco's got new people coming in to support him. What's up, Kieran?
Coco's the GOAT.
That maybe he did call in reinforcements.
All I'm saying is that we have, we have Twitch pitch is, the Nick News Network is observing. That's all I'm doing. I'm here observing.
Okay, so now it's not Ricky as the captain; it's Coco.
Coco's the captain.
Okay, all right, got it. That's fine.
Alex says it's 1984 in here.
Kokoslavia. I don't know what order I read wrong, Ricky. I have no idea. Oh, it's Kokoslavia then. That's fine. All right. Well then, Coco, you're good with Nick since he finished last, having to come up with a prop bet. That's cool. I guess he's cool with it. He's talking about Argentine games to pick from.
There you go.
Power's properly transferred. Okay, that's fine. Now we know. Nick's got the prop bet. So going forward, whoever finishes last the week before picks the prop bet for the new week, and that is vetoable. That is able to be vetoed if the veto hasn't been used by that point.
Oh wow.
Fair? Good? All right. Let's get into
people have spoken.
This
Cocoa
week.
Beach.
Tuesday. Liverpool and Manchester United to start off the week. Big game. We got Villarreal and Valencia. We got Chivas and Xolos in Mexico.
I want to pick something that's right in your wheelhouse, but go ahead and finish with your roster. Let me see if my match is where it's on your grid.
We got Técnico Universitario hosting Delfín in Ecuador. We got Copa de la Liga on Tuesday with Estudiantes hosting Tigre. Unión hosting San Lorenzo. We got Open Cup. We got the Miami Clasico. The Miami FC. Hosting. I don't think it's actually in Miami. I think it's in Boca Raton.
I think it's in.
No, it's the Miami FC hosting, Nick. Not Inter Miami.
Yeah, it's in Boca. Yeah, if it's at Ricardo Silva, it's in Boca.
It is a Boca Raton address, but they are the Miami FC. We got Detroit City with Smoke and Smell hosting the Columbus Crew and Caleb Porter, who will be loving the atmosphere, I'm sure.
Awesome.
We got Birmingham Legion hosting South Georgia Tormenta, and they got bad blood from back in the day in USL League 2 that I didn't know about, that I caught up on. We got Dallas hosting FC Tulsa. We got Houston Dynamo hosting their former affiliates, Rio Grande Valley, who I think that's got bad blood to it. We got Landon Donovan taking his San Diego Loyal into the former home of his to face the LA Galaxy. We got San Jose, managerless San Jose hosting Bay Cities, which is also in the Bay Area. We got some interesting Open Cup games. What were you thinking, John?
I was torn. I initially had the Copa de la Liga.
Whoa.
Yep.
Hold on.
What? Hold on.
So I'm trying to gauge here.
Are they still fighting?
No. Coco says has a pick in.
But he's just yelling things.
So they're just yelling because
Coco. Look, it's Cocoa Beach. He's the.
No, but that's just because he took power doesn't mean he gets to pick a game on Tuesday. They get Saturday or Sunday.
I think they're picking.
Yeah, he says I'm just yelling. He says,
he gets excited.
Right.
He's like, isn't he part Cajun? He lives down there anyway. I mean, it has to get over to him a little bit, so he just starts yelling sometimes.
Coco, where are you living, man? I didn't know this.
Where you living?
He's low. They got Sunday. He's local right now. He's in the metro area. But he's down in New Orleans.
Okay.
So you get some of that crazy.
All right. Coco's low country? I didn't know this.
Yeah, you get some of that crazy. Will, I think, sometimes might just moonlight in New Orleans because he yells all the time.
Yes.
So okay, just trying. Expressive, yeah, that's a fair way to put it.
Expressive.
See, he's assimilated to the New
Okay.
Orleans.
Hey, look.
He
I'm
just
just trying to make
like
sure
yelling.
people are duly represented.
Yeah, well, no, they don't. They don't.
You
They don't
know.
ever get that pick because it takes too long to do it that way and all that. Sean, you're not New Orleans. Zydeco does go to 11.
That's true.
See, we have the Twitch pitch, right? And so, but they're going. You know, it's the Legion of Doom over here. So we have to make. Meanwhile, at the
But they
Legion
don't
of
get the
Doom,
pick.
you know,
They get Sunday. They gotta wait.
It's Sunday. They're
They're
Right.
good. So,
Happy-
John, what were you thinking? This game?
I was thinking Copa de la Liga, but then you reminded me of the Miami Classico. So I think I will go with the Miami Classico for my selection this week.
I like it in Boca Raton.
Yes.
Hold on, let me
And the social media between the two clubs has been quite the spicy.
Let me write it correctly. The in all caps, Miami FC and Inter Miami in playing in Boca Raton. Plus 240
Perfect,
for
Tommy. We love you too.
the Miami FC. Plus 260 for the 90-minute draw. And Inter Miami coming off the win in Seattle over the weekend, minus 118. They've
Hold
never.
on. Inter Miami's only minus 118.
They're minus 118 in this game. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they played in Seattle.
They were in Seattle on Saturday night.
They come
Okay.
all the way back.
Quick turn back for a Tuesday night game in Boca Raton. Inter Miami's won 2 in a row. They had lost 4 in a row before that, but they got back-to-back wins. The Miami FC's got 3 wins in a row, including beating another Miami team in the Open Cup, Miami United.
Best uniforms.
They beat them. They beat Tampa Bay Rowdies after that in Tampa Bay, and then they beat Hartford Athletic.
Inter Miami, perfect Tommy, the shot across the bow. Inter Miami said they won their last game for the 305,
But they
play
play
in a
at
different
904.
area code.
That's been the social media conversation between the
But
Miami.
does the Miami FC actually play in the 305? I mean, I don't know what Boca's area code is.
I
They
don't
play in
know.
Boca Raton.
Yeah, it's like I think
Like,
the
they need to be careful with their
Yeah.
shade.
Do they play in the old Magic Jack FC stadium?
No, they actually play in a stadium.
Yeah, they
Wow.
play at
Their
Ricardo
owner
Silva on the
put his
campus of
name on.
FIU in the 954.
So they only play. So I mean, what? This is a dumb rivalry already.
I think it's in the 954. But yeah, they're making points on social media. The Miami FC is about Inter Miami not playing in the 305.
Well, and neither does the Miami FC. So what are they talking about?
Now, let me double check and see if Boca's the Boca Raton area code.
I thought that's what you did.
Because I think I got my teams mixed up in the conversation.
John
other
is
Miami team
auditioning
were
to
you
live in
looking at?
Boca Raton.
Yeah, seriously, what-
Boca Raton. Get this, Boca. We were right. Boca's in the 561, so they can't even use it.
This is dumb. Okay, so they're both liars. Basically, is what we've learned.
This is amazing. We have I feel like we've uncovered something here. This is like when Geraldo went and found what was
phone
it?
vault and all they found was
yeah.
something.
It's like we're going to open the vault now.
This is dumb.
We're going to see what's inside.
There's nothing.
It's nothing.
Gosh.
End of show.
Yeah,
The Miami FC does they do have one of my favorite players in Florian Velo. Mark Sagbers, who was in Memphis last year, he's there. Paco Craig is in the Miami FC.
It's
Connor
a toxic
Sparrow is
swirling
their goalkeeper.
cesspool.
Nick, you pick first because you finished last. What you got?
That Vegas is only giving a
Ricky has
118.
found the address of Ricardo Silva Stadium, and it is a Miami address.
Okay.
Well, is it like the post office box though?
It might
Is it
be.
like the PO box in Switzerland? So we're an
No.
international company.
Southwest 17th Street in Miami.
I'm going to do that for my production company. I'm going to put a box in Sicily and say that
There
I'm
you
an
go.
international company.
Exactly.
Yeah,
As you should.
Sure.
Right.
It's still a dumb argument between
It's exceptionally.
Miami FC and Inter Miami.
I'm going to say that I'm still going to pick Inter Miami.
You're going to pick Inter.
Yeah.
Gonzalo Higuain.
Might be.
He might be back for Sunday.
Did I
against
say
Atlanta.
I felt good about this?
You got the Ecuadorian up top and Leonardo Campana.
Look,
You can be happy for him.
right. I mean, where's
You
Marine
could be
Land?
happy
Is
for
Marine
Mo Adams.
Land still
Can we
in?
be happy for Mo Adams? We can be happy for Mo Adams.
Yeah, I want Mo Adams. I love Mo Adams. I want Mo Adams to have good things in life.
We like Breck Shea.
Yeah, I like Breck Shea.
I think
Dane
Breck's
Brecken
hurt.
Shea and Mo
I
Adams.
think he's hurt, but we still want him to do well.
Yeah. So yeah. Breck in my heart. I'm gonna take Inter Miami.
Okay, in 90.
Of
John,
the-
what you got?
Of the
I think it's going to
pink
take a
shirt
while.
variety.
I'm going to go 90-minute draw, and I like that number.
They gotta wear the pink kits though. If they don't wear the pink kits, they're wrong. Those things are.
The black with
flaming
pink's
awesome.
pretty good too.
I like the pink and
The
black.
full
Now they got
pink. The full
the-
pink.
I like the full pink. I do. Do I go cup set here? Coming back from Seattle, so they finished the game at like midnight Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P.
so.
Orange Bowl for real.
They probably got in the air on their Sun Country jet at like 2 Eastern, 2:30. What's a flight from Seattle to Miami? That's a good 6 hours, isn't it?
That's
At least.
So I'd say
So-
7. Just say 7 to be safe.
And you're going West Coast to East Coast.
Yeah, so you're walking in maybe at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then what did David Beckham sound like when he got off the plane?
Well, you know, we have a wonderful Sun Country jet. We load up, and I wasn't there because me and my boy was getting married, and Victoria was wearing her wonderful dress and everything, and I got it was great, wonderful, and I don't know anything about the game because I don't really pay attention to the team at all. I don't really. I just show up for photo ops and I do the thing.
That's what he would say.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So they walked in the door like 10 a.m. Sunday, and
David
they got to turn
Beckham.
around and play on Tuesday.
The same.
I'm picking the Miami FC.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah.
I'm going cup
Say
set.
Jason's taking the shorter distance. I think that they still get it, but I think it takes them a while.
I'm going full cup set on it.
All right.
I'm going with the win for the Miami FC. All right, let's get to Wednesday. So that was John's pick. Wednesday, we got Chelsea and Arsenal. We got Everton and Leicester. We got Manchester City and Moises Caicedo's Brighton. We got Alex Bassine's Newcastle hosting Crystal Palace. That's going to be a thrilling match. Yeah, lovely. We got Udinese and Salernitana.
Oh,
We
that'll
got
be
Osasuna hosting Real Madrid. Atleti hosting Granada. We got a whole bunch of games in France. They're all there. We got Flamengo and Palmeiras in the Brasileiro. That's pretty good. We got Monterrey and Atlas in Liga MX. We got Club America and Club León. We got Boca and Godoy Cruz. We got Lanús and Rosario Central. We got not any great games in Ecuador. Independiente del Valle and Deportivo Cuenca. We got Open Cup on Wednesday again.
Oh, yes, we do.
We can work from the West Coast back. Sacramento and Central Valley Fuego. Okay.
Who
Phoenix
have been hot early on in League One.
Yeah. Phoenix Rising in New Mexico in a USL Championship battle. LAFC hosting Orange County SC. Cubo Torres.
Mm-hmm.
He got a goal over the weekend.
PhD of the dark arts.
Maybe he'll kick some LAFC guys. Real Salt Lake, speaking of teams that like to kick people, Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Maybe that guy's going to be suspended. Maybe he taught somebody else how to throw the two-piece.
Those kids
Get him
were
with the one arm, spin
stanky,
around,
though.
get him with the other arm.
Those
That's
kids were
Real Salt Lake.
stanky.
It's Pablo Mastroeni. They all might fight. That just might be a fight.
Zayas
90
Hey.
goes to the Northern Colorado Hailstorm.
Hey,
like
Cocoa Beach.
Hmm?
Cocoa Beach, watch this.
What?
Give me OCTB.
What?
So give me Orange County, man.
You want that? You want that game? You want LAFC and Orange County?
I said, give me the Orange County, man.
Sure.
Or no, I think Orlando City and Tampa, I think is what he said.
OCTB? Yeah,
OCTB.
OCTB. Yeah, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah,
Orlando City,
that's what I
Tampa Bay.
thought.
Yeah, Orlando City.
That's what I thought.
Whatever.
So, Coke,
give me that one.
you're doing Coco's bidding.
I have recognized that a strong alliance between between the Cocoa Beach and the Legion of Doom could be mutually beneficial for all parties involved.
Well, hold on. Let me write that down. Let me do a little bit of math.
Yeah.
So,
hey, look, it's been a long day. It's been a long day.
The two of you last week went a combined minus 909. That's the alliance.
Hey, look, it doesn't matter because what has happened here is that the people have requested a particular game that interests them. And I'm looking at the Serie A schedule right now, and yeah,
you don't want to pick.
You don't want none of that.
so I'm just trying to make sure.
That's fair enough. No, Orlando City and Tampa Bay is always a good one to pick. We do not have official numbers as of this time. John, do you have for entertainment purposes only numbers?
Let's see if we have entertainment purposes only numbers.
They have met in the Open Cup in 2014 when Orlando was in the USL, and Orlando won that 4-1.
No, we do not have entertainment purposes only numbers yet.
Wow.
We have some Tuesdays, but no Wednesdays.
There's got to be a reason for that. There's got to be something going on. There's probably not. Orlando's won 2 in a row. They haven't conceded a goal since giving up 4 to LAFC 3 games ago. They beat Chicago, and they went to Columbus and beat Columbus. The Rowdies, they beat Tulsa 3-1 over the weekend. They lost on April 9th to the Miami FC in St. Petersburg because nobody plays in the town that they're supposed to be playing in. No. The Rowdies did whoop up on the Villages.
If you've ever been to Tampa, you understand that playing in St. Pete is a better option.
Oh, no, it's better. It's definitely better. But they could be the St. Pete Rowdies if they wanted to. But
yes.
Anyway. That's why they got the Bay in there. I get it. They think they get by. We got right now in the second division in Argentina, we got a player like shoving another one off the field as he's getting substituted. He was about to pick him up and carry him off the field, and now they want to fight. All good times. Sorry. That was a new one. I hadn't seen that move in a while. The Rowdies have had a good year, except for that loss to the Miami FC. So we don't have numbers. We don't have anything to guess on. Last time they played officially was in 2014, and Orlando City wasn't even in MLS yet. John, what are you picking?
Full-blown cup set, Rowdies.
Rowdies in the cup set. At Exploria, they've moved it from Kissimmee. They were going to play it in Kissimmee. They're playing it at Exploria. You're thinking the Rowdies go in and whoop Orlando City.
Full-blown cup set.
Okay. I think you're drunk. I think Orlando wins. Nick, what you got?
Let me see. I think Tampa. I'm not gonna join Coco on the Tampa blank houses their way to the win.
They will try.
I think they will blank housen their way to a draw though.
No, fair enough. We will get numbers on that as they get posted when we get to that point. But they were going to play. No, not at the Wild World of Sports, Turner. They play. Their second team plays at the former spring training home of the Houston Astros. I've been there for a spring training game. I think it was Houston and the Braves a long time ago. It's very generic former spring training place. Coco is drunk, so when he makes a crazy pick, we can literally say, "Yeah, Coco, he's drunk."
Why are we talking trash about what did Coco do?
I'm not talking trash. He says he's hit the hotel bar once or twice tonight.
He's hit the hotel bar once or twice.
Not talking trash.
That doesn't mean he's drunk.
All right,
Coco's out here living, man.
Okay, then Coco's living.
LIVIN'.
Living. That's what he's doing. All right. Orlando did win on the weekend. Soccer Forget OG. That's why I'm picking Orlando to win this game. All right. Let's get to Thursday. Thursday, we've got Burnley hosting Southampton. Oof. We didn't talk about Sean Dyche getting fired. Do you want to, John?
I mean, it was
in your league, so
go for it. It was regarded as a bit of a shock that it happened Friday before a match, but it probably should have been done a lot sooner. And they decided to wait till an odd point in the schedule with 8 matches left on the Friday before a match day to fire your coach. So, so we'll see what happens with the. They got the new manager draw bump first time out. Basically.
We got Real Sociedad in Barcelona. We got Mushakaruna and Macara in Ecuador. We got Asian Champions League. Intriguing. We have Shandong Taishan and the Lion City Sailors. Who are the Lion City Sailors? Where are they from? Singapore.
No, it wasn't the Taishan, wasn't it the Taishan rocket on the movie The Martian that helped get the supplies?
Maybe.
Oh, I like their logo.
Yeah, I kind of do like the Lion City Sailors. I'm not going to lie. We have also in the AFC Champions Daegu FC and the Urawa Red Diamonds of the J League.
There we go. Thank you, Sean. I'm sorry. I knew my nerddom would come.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Come through in one way or another.
I can't help you there. We have BG
Phenomenal movie.
I'm sure it is. We have BG Pathum United hosting United City FC. Is United City FC the most generic name of all time?
All time.
United City FC from the
Yes.
Philippines.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty darn generic.
We're picking that game. BG Pathum United.
Wow. Hold on. You give the Twitch pitch grief because they pick like second division Uzbekistan, and you're going here.
No. Let me actually clarify, because last week I did not give them grief because they picked the first division in North Macedonia. I gave them grief because they picked a game that was like 1 versus 10. It was an easy pick.
After the 5 versus 6 was vetoed.
Yes, but they should have regrouped rather than getting emotional and saying, "Rawr, we go with this one."
Rawr.
All right, very
They
well.
should have regrouped. I need to clarify that because there's a difference.
Okay, man.
You got me?
Okay, man. Sti posto.
Yeah, you need to get ready for BG Pathum United.
Oh, God.
They, in AFC Champions League, from Thailand, by the way, they have 1 win and 1 draw. They're on 4 points in group. What group are they in?
I.
have no idea. Group I. They have a group I.
Sorry, Group G. Sorry.
They have a group I.
There is a Group I. Ulsan Hyundai and Guangzhou and Kawasaki Frontale and Johor Darul
crap.
team. Yeah.
How many teams are in this thing?
11
All of
billion.
Wow. So Pathum United is in a group with Melbourne City, Jeonnam, and United City FC.
Oh, and BG stands for Bangkok Glass.
Bangkok Glass Pathum United.
And it is a rather aerodynamic new age rabbit that is their logo.
It's a new age rabbit.
What?
Yeah, literally their nickname is the
It's-
Rabbits.
It's a new age rabbit. We got the rabbits.
You got the
Are the rabbits better than the squirrels?
they are the reigning champs of the Thai League 1.
Oh, what group are they in? Hold on. What group are they in?
In the AFC Champions League, they are in Group G.
C with Melbourne City and the Jeonnam Dragons.
That's a cool rabbit.
That's what I'm saying.
I like these guys. That's a cool looking rabbit. He looks kind of evil.
Well, I think it's like one of those anime rabbits that you would think would have a Saturday morning cartoon.
Thanks, John. I'm really glad you tried to explain it that way. That's great.
They probably have a Saturday morning cartoon.
That's wonderful.
Oh, they got a shop. They got a shop.
That is. They have a shop. Can I get a shirt with the giant rabbit on the front? I just want that.
Efforting.
I just need a shirt with the rabbit on the front. If I can get that, I'm very happy. Bangkok Glass Pathum United Football Club.
Is it behind the rabbit?
What?
Oh, dude, you can get.
You don't remember? Oh my God!
What's that from?
Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail. It's like
Behold the cave of Garlpado.
Yes.
Okay, I am putting
There
the
it
link.
is.
I'm putting the link in our private chat. I just did.
You're not going to share it with the people, John.
I am now.
You were not going to share it with the people.
But I
You
got-
weren't going to let the people get the
Wait
rabbit
a
shirt.
second. Well, that's right. I got to log in. I got to go to the other one here.
Oh, jeez, that's going to take forever.
It is. It's gonna take forever.
is it behind the rabbit?
It is a rabbit.
Looks like a mad bunny.
You silly.
It looks like a bad bunny.
It does.
This club was founded in 2006. The Rabbits. They are the defending champions of Thai League One.
Sharp pointed teeth.
they were founded in 2006, but they got taken over in 2009 because they broke some rules or they couldn't register or something or other. So then the Krung Thai Bank Football Club took them over because I guess they were going to get relegated or something or other. This is confused. The Thai League's weird. I guess they rebranded it too at that point. Or maybe they had the rabbit all along. I don't know. Bangkok Glass Football Club started in 1979. In 99, they had formed a substantial football club. And in 2006 is when they went to the FA of Thailand and joined competitions and all that. But then they almost went bankrupt. They've got a futsal team. 2018 is when they changed the symbol and the color of the club. And they put real grass in. They almost got relegated in 2018, and they bounced all the way back to win the title.
xe.com.
I like this team. They opened their first youth academies in 2009. They do football clinics every Saturday and Sunday. I believe they went German with the academy. Okay. They have partnership with university. Yeah,
this
I like
hat,
the rabbits.
This hat absolutely slaps. That's all I'm saying.
The black hat with the white
with the anime rabbit.
The rabbit is awesome.
So let's see, 290.
You checking prices?
They've got a jaguar on.
Why do they have a jaguar?
On the main logo in the middle of the jersey, they have a mother blanking jaguar.
They're the rabbits.
Oh, dude. Okay. To get that hat, the conversion rate for the hat, it is $8.60.
It's $8 for the rabbit hat.
$8.60 for the rabbit hat.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm
following them on Instagram right now.
They have a black and gold hat as well with an off-centered combat rabbit.
Yeah. See, this is dangerous.
Combat rabbit.
That's the combat anime, the anime combat rabbit.
And they have a white polo with a gold combat anime rabbit logo.
Yeah, but remember
tactical bunny. Yes.
Remember what you've got to do though is you've got to upsize because probably at least 3 sizes because of how things are in Asia. Because I've had to buy things from India. I bought things from India in the past, from the Indian Premier League, and you literally had to upsize like 3 sizes from what you would normally wear.
So if I normally wear a medium, I would
get a 2X.
A 2X.
Okay, so the Jaguar's part of a logo, like a sponsor. Okay,
right, but I mean, look, it's still a giant
it's cool.
Jaguar on the.
It's cool. It's cool. I got you. It's very cool.
So yeah, upsized by about 3.
Oh, I like their tag. Suit up, fight. It's got the logo there, and then the little tagline next. Suit up, fight.
Yeah, or with these BG Patham is definitely getting the SDH bump here.
I like these guys.
Yeah, this is strong.
Wow.
So I mean, we do, out of all fairness, have to also learn about United City FC.
Let me guess. Their kit is brown.
Their logo is kind of that way. I guess there is a United City. Okay, no, there it is. They've had different logos. Their logo is like gold and black, and it is very generic. They're in the Philippines.
Yes.
They are owned by MMC Sports with a Z Asia.
Good
That's
for you.
not a good sign.
No.
And 2XL at 46. I believe it's
an Emirati Philippine sports marketing firm is MMC Sports with a Z Asia.
Yeah, I'm pulling for the tactical bunnies. I'm picking the bunnies.
Yeah, we got to go with the bunnies here.
I'm picking the bunnies.
Yeah.
John, you picking the bunnies?
Bunnies.
Nick, do the bunnies get it done?
Yeah. Give me the nuclear combat bunnies.
I didn't mean to pick one that everybody would pick the team, but I mean, come on, it's a tactical bunny.
If you
I did not know this coming in.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah, I cannot roll with United City FFC, who is owned by a sports marketing company.
Nope.
And they came up with that?
Yeah.
And marketing is what they do?
Yeah, whatever.
And under Warwick's, it has jersey, and next to it, it says in parentheses, it says flex. So I'm just letting you know, if you get this thing, just buckle up because you will be flexing
I'll
hard
be
on the
wanting to
streets.
fight because I'll be suited up. Suit up, fight.
Wow.
Well, and I give them full credit on the front page of the shop where they have suit up fight and they have healthcare workers at the front and they have the players applauding the healthcare workers going through first.
This is my new favorite club.
Yes.
Yeah, this is my new favorite.
Hey
club.
John, give me a conversion rate for 1,349 baht.
Okay, 1,349 baht.
I will tell you that if you want to get
40 bucks, okay, not bad.
If you want to get the names of some of their top players on the back of your shirt, that's gonna take some creativity. They got a lot of letters in these names.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's like the hat.
Charo Inratan Apiram. And his first name is Pathampal Charo Inratan Apiram.
Chatanar and Ratapiram?
Yes, he is a midfielder. He is lighting it up this season.
All right, so the supporter shirt that is a 4X is 650 baht.
I got to figure out how I can watch the Thai League now and watch my tactical bunnies.
All right, so 600.
Of course, they've got a Brazilian, Diogo. Of course.
649 baht. Is that what I said?
What about Victor? Can we get an update on Victor, number 5?
Oh, Victor's there too?
Victor's there.
I don't know if he's playing in the AFC Champions League lately.
Yeah.
No, he is. Victor Cardoso. He is Brazilian as well. He's 32.
So 650 baht is $19.25 in your.
Man, they got good prices and they got a tactical bunny.
Yeah, but what's the shipping on this, man?
That's going to be.
That's where they get you.
That's going to be the hook.
Let's see. Let's add Victor's jersey to the
fight.
bag. As much as I like Diogo's number 7, I don't know. We'll go Diogo's number 7.
I don't know. I think I want to get one of the other guys.
Why?
If I get a jersey, I'm getting one of the others.
Oh, I gotta create a username and password. No, I gotta wait on that.
Okay, so you come back to that, and then you can get their best player so far in the Champions League is a defender.
That's never good.
Jacafon Presalon. He is a 27-year-old center back. He can play on the right side as well. He's got a goal. He's lighting it up. He is great. And he plays for the Tactical Bunnies.
Tactical Bunnies. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my new team. All right.
Wow, don't try to get your custom jersey though, because it only comes in extra small and small. So yeah, buckle up on that one.
Okay, I want the hat. I want the hat with the bunny. I got to find where I can watch the Thai League. I'll get some Singa beer. Yes, Alex Pacine, I will be set.
Oh, this is disappointing.
What's disappointing? What? Don't get disappointing.
Apparently, they don't ship out of country.
What?
Whoa.
We are fine. We might have to do a deal with them, and we'll put it in our store.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you got stores who are doing cool deals with Augsburg before Pepe gets over there. Nah, we're doing deals with the Tactical Bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We will sell Tactical Bunny gear in the States if they'll do a deal with us.
Yeah.
Hold on. We have gifts and accessories too. We need to see. Hold on. Let's do the full deep dive here. They have the sticker patch, the sticker book here. We are the Rabbits.
So I can get one of their jerseys on eBay right now. It's at $35.
Okay.
There you go.
I can get, I think, a badge with the bunny on it for $15. They got a couple other jerseys. Not much. Not much.
They have a Mother Blanken umbrella.
They have an umbrella with the bunny?
Yep. It's more of the more graffiti style.
I like it.
This is the umbrella's super hot. I'm gonna have to get this. It's got like this crazy graffiti bunny on there.
All right, so who's gonna contact BG Patham United and tell them we want their whole store here in Atlanta?
And the logo, actually they have a slogan on there in graffiti writing. It says "Swing to the Moon."
Oh, that's an alternate tagline. Wow, I love this club so much.
Fantastic.
I love
Alex. You know what? Alex, I think me and Alex can do business. I think me and Alex, we have a very similar mentality.
If you guys can
here.
do a deal with us for,
I'll do any questions, my man.
BG Patham United and
Yes.
Tactical Bunnies.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to get BG Patham United from BG Patham United here.
Yes, we will find a way. But they are in the AFC Champions League, and you can.
And we will graciously call this game a wash for all of our education.
It's fine. It's fine. I hate when this happens. But come on, we didn't know the Tactical Bunnies were going to happen. I don't know anything about the Tactical Bunnies. And
Ricky Ricardo coming through. You can watch.
That is true.
AFC Champions
Paramount
League.
Plus. That's what I was about to say. I thought it was at least the Champions League.
I need to find out. I'm recording the game.
So we could do a watch along on Thursday. No, it's going to be before us, and we're not going to be in our normal time slot.
They have license plates.
7:00 on
BGFC TAC 9 Thailand license plate. Buckle.
I love this club. I love this club. We are going to blow them up in the United States. They're going to be like, what is happening with all these hits from someplace called Georgia?
This is fantastic.
What?
Their social media coordinator is they're just gonna be like, we've gone global.
You should, yeah.
Hey, that logo, they deserve it. They 100%.
Tactical Bunnies, you know it, brother.
Sunday they play at 9:50 a.m.
Man, that's a quick turn. They play Thursday at 7 a.m. our time, and they play Sunday at 9:50 a.m. We gotta find out how we watch the Thai League.
Ooh, I like this.
Thai League looks entertaining.
Hey,
I'm intrigued.
If the gear is.
They have the full mask, by the way, the clear mask that fits on the hat.
It fits under the bucket hat.
That fits it's a nice look. It's a more subtle blue with a smaller combat nuclear capable rabbit right there. Very nice.
Yeah.
Just saying, prepare yourselves accordingly. Yep, they have the bucket hat. Look at that, the face shield.
Following them on Instagram.
Yeah, I definitely slamming that follow button on
103,000 followers on Instagram.
They're big time, but we're about to take them to another level. They're not going to know what hit them.
They have a cooler. They have a fanny pack.
Yeah, this is.
They have the sling, the one arm, like the single, the single sling bag as well, with a
satchel.
Like a satchel, like with a more corporate logo
12,000 followers.
Rabbit.
Facebook. Wow. Yeah, this is epic.
Yeah, we need to reach out to them and be like, look, we're gonna do a bulk order from the United States.
Yes. Yeah. We need
Shut up and play ball.
They only have 4,200 followers on their Twitter feed.
Wait, what? Hold up. No, we're changing that.
Let me help them out of that. So we need to go and
BGPU official.
BGPU official.
I'm doing that right now.
Everybody can do that right now, and we'll be like,
BGPU official.
What is happening
at BGPU official?
Oh, the banner is awesome. That's got the healthcare workers to suit up and fight.
Mm-hmm. Suit up and fight.
I love this club.
Yeah.
Man, I actually knew somebody who was already following them. That's crazy.
Serious?
Yeah. I got a pretty wide base, John. I know some people.
Look at that.
Yeah, they won their last game in the AFC Champions League, match day 2. You can't watch the highlights on 11 Sports. You can watch them on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
Alex, no one has approached me about about playing for any charity club. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right, so.
Oh, now we got the bad blood again. Oh boy, I've heard about this. We should probably move on.
Yes.
Let's move on to Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
Look at him just trying to slam stuff in like anybody cares.
Well, I will have you know that the heel turn, the social media heel turn for Sheffield Sunday was a coordinated effort. It was a coordinated effort. It was a heel turn for the kids.
Mm-hmm. That's what
heel
they call
turn
it.
To help raise awareness and to get people to buy the kits, which are so good. They ended up on a few kit collection Twitter accounts because
they're pretty cool.
They are so nuclear fire.
Yep. They're very cool.
The white collar with the blue shirt and yes, amazing.
All right, Friday. I'm gonna have to pick something because we're not gonna come up with a consensus pick. So we'll have to do a consensus pick for Saturday because Friday is slim pickings. We got Wolfsburg and Mainz. We got Juarez and Mazatlan. We got Colón de Santa Fe, Pulga, hosting Estudiantes. That might be the winner. We do have UEFA Women's Champions League, Barcelona and Wolfsburg. Barcelona is hosting that. It will be a large crowd. I don't think they will let the German fans in this time. We are not picking Huddersfield Town and Barnsley. I can tell you that.
No, because Barnsley's going to get relegated and it won't be pretty.
That ain't happening.
Nope.
We're not going to go back to the AFC Champions League because I don't think we can beat the Tactical Bunny. I don't want to even try. Estudiantes and Colón's actually a pretty good game. Yeah, we'll take that. We haven't been to Argentina in a minute. So Colón in Santa Fe, also known as the team of Pulga. They are hosting Estudiantes. Now, there is no Copa Libertadores for Colón in the midweek. This game is Friday night. Estudiantes is leading their group. Colón is in 5th, but they're a little more focused on the Copa Libertadores right now. Last time they played was last October in Santa Fe. Colón won that 2-1. Last time they played in La Plata, Estudiantes won that 2-0. Colón coming into this, they drew with Independiente on the weekend, and Pulga scored a golazo because that's what he does. They lost at Cerro Porteño in Libertadores. They drew at Rosario Central. They beat Peñarol in Libertadores in their first game there. And the lead up to that wasn't very good in the Copa de la Liga, actually. They had 2 losses and 2 draws. They are very focused on the Libertadores, but they don't have that distraction in the midweek right now. Estudiantes, on the other side, they wrecked shop on Barraca Central 6-1 in their last game. The truck drivers team didn't do very well there. They drew in Libertadores at Nacional. They wrecked shop against Central Cordoba 5-0. They are killing people. They beat Vélez 4-1. Good grief, Estudiantes. They drew Godoy Cruz 3-3. They've scored a lot of goals lately. Has our boy Castro scored a bunch of goals for them? We should look. I don't think he's playing much. That's not good. Let's see. He's played 10 games, started 8. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist. Not bad. So Estudiantes comes in hot. Colón is very good, but they don't come in hot. It is in Santa Fe, and last time they played in Santa Fe, it was a win for Colón. I'm picking first this time. No, I'm not, because I picked first in the bunny. So it is Nick. What are you picking?
Club de Pulga.
You're picking Pulga's club. John?
Night perfect, Tommy.
Yeah, night perfect time.
Night.
Oh, I'm picking Pulga's club as well. Hello.
You are picking Pulga's club. Man, Estudiantes are killing people, though. They got to go on the road. What have they done on the road this season?
Okay, I just reached out to BGPU on Twitter.
Good job. Good work, John.
If your enemy goes to ground, Jason, then leave your enemy no ground to go to.
Man, Estudiantes hasn't lost on the road. They've drawn 3 times. They've won 2. They scored 14 goals on the road in 5 games. That's
and if
bonkers.
none of you guys on if no one out there knows what that movie that line is from, then your nerd cards are revoked.
I don't have a nerd card. I'm sorry. Nothing against nerds. I don't have that. I don't have that nerd card. I got a different nerd card then. I don't have a nerd card in that color. I will go with Estudiantes to win on the road.
Yep, got to do something different. I just understood.
All right, the line was, if your enemy goes to ground, then leave no ground for your enemy to go to.
I don't know the line.
That's okay.
John, Estudiantes is in first place in the group, and they haven't lost on the road. That's not a crazy pick.
No.
They're averaging 2.6 goals per game right now.
But I cannot go against Pulga.
I'm picking to try to win this thing. And Estudiantes could go on the road and get a win. Probably should have hedged it with a draw, but I got faith in Estudiantes. I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to get the win here. All right, Saturday, we need a consensus pick. We got Arsenal, Manchester United. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's probably.
We got. Oh no, we don't. We got Bayern and Dortmund. It's not actually that close on the numbers.
Yeah. We go Arsenal, Manchester United.
We got Inter and Roma.
That is a fairly important game.
It is.
Okay.
So
let's go there.
Arsenal, Manchester United, or Inter and Roma. Arsenal and Manchester United is a more even set of numbers.
Right, because Roma's at a plus 400.
So is it whose pick is this?
This is a consensus pick. This would be Jarrett's.
All right.
And I don't think he would take San Jose against Seattle anymore since Almeida's gone.
Right.
So Coco says Portland RSL. I throw out Inter Roma.
I'm good with those being the two options. I don't have a coin handy, I don't think.
We can if you want to use a coin or you want to use a
I don't have a coin.
It's long shoppily, so I'm sure there's going to be two-faced coin on there or something.
Oh, wait a second. I do. Hang on.
I had to say, John, you probably have like pennies or like weird dollar coins or whatever.
So hang on. I think I do.
Oh, come on.
Yep, I do. All right.
I don't remember the last time I paid for anything with cash.
You and me both. All right. So, I have here. I have an American nickel.
An American nickel. What other nickel would you have, John?
I've got Canadian currency from all my trips north.
What is the Canadian currency?
Well, it'd be like
a loon.
It'd be a little smaller and
what's it called?
Oh, I mean, it's a nickel.
It's a nickel?
Yeah, it's a Canadian nickel.
They call it a nickel too?
Yeah, I mean, you get the coins for the dollars are loonies and toonies. That's what you were getting at.
Okay.
But no, this is your good old-fashioned American nickel here.
How do you rob a bank in Canada? Because you can't be hard running into a bank like, give me the loonies and toonies, eh?
Oh, the loonies and toonies.
Yeah, I want all your loonies and toonies. All right, so what do you call it?
You're flipping the Canadian one. What's on the Canadian nickel?
Well, no, it would be like Queen Elizabeth on one side and then something else on the other.
That's what I'm asking. So it's the Queen on one side and it's something
is it
else.
like a
you have it in
beaver?
your hand. What is on there?
Oh, no, this is American, dude. Like I said, this is...
So is it Queen Victoria and a beaver on the other Canadian?
I think it would be like Queen Victoria and Parliament Hall.
Do you have a Canadian nickel?
I'd have to go upstairs to get it.
I thought you just said you had one.
Upstairs. I don't have it here with me. I have American currency down here in the office.
Guys, such a tease.
All right, so, so which is which? What's what?
No other show is this happening.
No, and that's a good thing.
No other
Portland
show.
and RSL is heads.
Okay, Portland RSL is heads.
And the Italian Derby of Doom is tails.
All right, so who's going to call it?
Just flip the thing. Whatever thing's on top. Nobody's calling it.
Okay. So
you don't have to call it.
Yeah. So because the Italian Derby of Death is tails.
All right.
Yes. Just flip it.
All right. Flipped.
See, look, you can't even see it on the camera. He's saying it's heads.
It is heads.
We have no idea what it is. Catch it in your hand.
It's heads.
No. Catch it in your hand on camera and then hold it up.
This is the greatest.
I can't trust you.
I'm done.
Heads again.
Did he flip it?
I did.
No, did he turn it over and he said it's heads again?
I said it's heads again.
The fix is absolutely in, Alex. Y'all want long shoppily. It's
Long
John Nelson
shoppily.
over here with the cheating.
I went 3 for 3 and it's heads. So there you go.
All right.
Heads.
So it's whatever.
I'm going to create the poster. It's going to have Jason Longshore on one side and the Juventus Zebra mascot on the other.
Man,
Brothers in arms.
No money to be doing this stuff. Although if Debu does go there, I'm going to be very excited about that. I'm not going to lie.
There you go.
Portland hosting RSL. Portland is a minus 133. The draw is a 310.
I know.
And RSL is a 300. John, what you got?
I'll go draw.
You're going to go draw after RSL got their brains beat in last time.
Yep.
Portland won last time it was in Portland, and they won last time it was in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And RSL hasn't won since March.
That is true.
And you're going draw.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Anyone here surprised?
Anyone here surprised? No. Yeah, anyway. I will go with Portland to win. Nick, what you got?
Give me the city of free-range, ethically treated, conflict-free food, Portland, Oregon.
Okay. That was a interesting endorsement of Portland, Oregon, but okay, that's cool.
I've been to Portland, Oregon. I can.
Oh, I've had it. Man, John cheating on that coin flipping thing. I don't trust any of that. Twitch pitch. What are you doing on Sunday? What you got? You've had plenty of time. We got into tactical bunnies and such. What you got, Twitch?
Yes, we did.
But I still got a veto.
All right. So Ricky is saying Zimbabwe.
Ricky's not the captain anymore. Coco, what do you have? You're seconding Ricky. Okay.
Wow, that's teamwork.
I'm making sure. I'm like, okay. It was getting confusing as to who the captain was and all that. So you need a triple. Somebody's got to third it. You want to go Zimbabwe with first and third?
Katie has provided the third.
Here's your third.
Right, I'm good with the first and third. I'm not going to veto that. So Dynamos FC and Manica Diamonds. John, start telling us about these teams.
All right, hang on. All right, so let's go with Manica Diamonds first.
Zimbabwe on my
Dynamos. And the Diamonds.
4 games in the Premier Soccer League on Sunday in Zimbabwe.
Manica Diamonds, no surprise. They are from Mutare in the Zimbabwe Premier Soccer League. And they have the black and gold as well, logo, crest. Founded in late 2017 after Zimbabwe Consolidated Diamonds Company decided to form the club to help the community. Luca Masamere was named the club's first technical director, started out in the Eastern Division Zone in 2018, the regional second division. The Gem Boys, their nickname, were promoted after winning the 2018 Eastern Division Zone with an undefeated record of 26-4-0. They announced their signings ahead of the Premier Soccer League season on 8 January 2019, including their highlight signing of Partson Jore, a former captain for the Warriors.
Man, they started in 2018. They got all the way up to here?
Yep. That is true.
They got cash, I'm assuming.
That'd be my guess. Well, I mean, if you're the Zimbabwe Consolidated Diamonds Company.
Yeah, I'm assuming they got some money. They are the highest scoring team in the Zimbabwe Premier Soccer League with 21 goals in 11 games. But they have drawn their last 4. I do know that Dynamos have the most titles in Premier Soccer League history.
There's a team called Chicken Inn.
Chicken Inn?
Yeah. Chicken Inn. INN.
Oh, they're number 2. Please tell me that's like a hotel or something. Chicken Inn.
This is amazing.
That's a interesting logo.
Hold up. Yep, time.
Dynamos founded in 1963 after a merger between 2 lesser teams in Mobare Harare Township, Rhodesia.
Oh my God, the chicken on this logo is amazing. What? It's a major fast food retailer.
Oh.
They're known as the Gamecocks.
Shocker.
Well, it could have been a lot of things, John. The team's called Chicken Inn. You could have went so many different directions with that.
Now let's see if they get gear. Oh, their website's down.
Come on, Chicken Inn.
That's so disappointing.
Well, we're not picking Chicken Inn. We have to pick the Diamonds, and we'll come back to the Chickens, the Gamecocks. Dynamos. I think it's Dynamos.
Yeah.
And the Manica Diamonds. First versus third. This is a game for all the marbles in Zimbabwe. Mm-hmm. The Dynamos only conceded 4 goals this season. They are the best defensive team in the league. The Manica Diamonds are the best offensive team in the league. The host this time around are the Dynamos.
But they don't have their own stadium, though. They rely on the rented City Harare Council Stadium.
That's not good.
They don't play in their own block.
The last 2 times, these teams haven't played since 2019. They were both draws then. Last time out for the Dynamos, they drew on April 9th, so they haven't played in 2 weeks. They had won 5 in a row before that. What were they? The Gym Boys.
Gem Boys, yes.
The Gym Boys.
Yes.
They have drawn 4 in a row, drawn 5 of their last 6, but they haven't lost in 7. And they tied Chicken Inn 3-3.
Dynamos are known primarily by their nicknames De Mabare, Chazunguza, 7 Million, or the Glamour Boys.
Glamour Boys.
De Mabare refers to the club's location and origins. Some sources have linked this to Charles Mabika, while the Glamour Boys label has its roots in the elaborate and entertaining carpet soccer style of play exhibited by the team during its early years.
What is the carpet soccer style?
I'm clicking on that link. Maybe I can tell you.
I don't think Chicken Inn plays the carpet style.
History of Dynamos FC. Loading.
Carpet soccer.
Oh, page not fond.
Not fond?
Literally, yeah. That's whatever web
That's
designer. Literally, it says page not fond, F-A-U-N-D. So that's not a good sign either.
Not good. So we've got offense versus defense here. And you got 2 teams that haven't played in a long time, and the Dynamos don't even have their own venue. They're renting it.
And money. They got Gym Boys with money, and doesn't play in their own barn.
You got the Gym Boys. I don't know a song for the Gym Boys. And you got Living Color doing the Glamour Boys song, which is a great song.
Exactly.
I'm going with the offensive team. I'm going with the Manica Diamonds to win.
Yep.
Nick?
I'm going to pick the team that can do defense here. And I'm going to go Dynamos.
Garbage.
You're going with the Glamour Boys?
What are you picking, John?
I'm going with offense. I'm going with the Manica Diamonds.
Okay.
Good shout out, Ricky.
There you go. That could work, yes. I hate no Glamour Boy. That's a great song. It's such a ridiculous song. From Cult of Personality to Glamour Boys. Awesome. Just before we get into the prop bet that you have to come up with, Nick.
Oh, God.
The Chicken Inn were formed in 1997. Chicken Inn FC. And it is a
completely agree.
Oh my God. The logo. I'm seeing a bigger version of the logo now, Nick. I'm glad you alerted us to Chicken Inn FC because the logo is pretty cool. It's like orange and black, and it's got like a clip art soccer ball thing with like things coming off of it. But it's got this really like detailed chicken, in the black circle, and underneath it says "Love that chicken."
Oh,
LUV dat DAT chicken.
Oh no,
that's in the logo.
That's great.
That's magnificent.
Nick, I don't know if I like the Tactical Bunny or Love That Chicken better.
No,
the Tactical Bunny, yeah.
I'm going to have to go Tactical Bunny, but man, Love That Chicken is pretty
You can
cool.
love them both equally, Jason. That is something
we've Love That Chicken.
We've learned that you can love them all equally.
Man, I didn't think anything would beat Polyolandia, but now I'm starting to think that Chicken Inn does.
Yeah.
You can get a bucket at the Chicken Inn.
That is amazing.
There's a Chicken Inn in Chicago. You're a fake Chicken Inn in Chicago.
That's right.
You're fake.
Let me see if Chicken Inn FC can be found on the Facebook.
They're on the Twitters.
They are?
Well, you can get a 2-piecer at the Chicken Inn.
Chicken Inn
2-piecer with chips. Love that chicken. That is amazing.
Chicken Inn Football Club public group. We're going to join that public group.
They have Kelme kits. Wow.
Oh, Chicken Inn's big time.
Chicken Inn Football Club.
I know, Katie. When I saw the Chicken Inn logo, I did think of the big chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of close. We don't have Popeyes FC. We could take Popeyes to Zimbabwe, though, possibly. We could try to do that. But I think Chicken Inn might beat Popeyes. I mean, it's Chicken Inn. Love that chicken. Come on now.
It's lit.
All right, Nick, what's the prop bet?
I'm going to concur with my colleague,
Cocoa
Beach, and say number of cup sets.
Number of cup sets. So lower division teams winning.
Yes.
We're going to define cup set that way. It's got to be a lower division team winning the match.
Correctamundo.
So in the match, it's not although I think every time the odds are going to point you that way. But for example, there's at least one game with 2 USL Championship teams playing. That would not be considered for the cup set special.
Okay.
Right, correct.
Okay, so it is purely lower division wins out of
like Inter Miami versus the Miami FC.
Check.
I would have a cup set. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on Wednesday that qualify. And on Tuesday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. FC Tucson is League One, correct?
Correct.
And California United Strikers are NISA. They are both Division 3.
Check.
So 9, 10. So we got 10. So we have 22 potential cup sets. How many do we get? I like this prop bet. Good job, Nick.
Good job, Coco.
Sorry, good job, Coco. Nick can't think for himself because last time he did, he finished at minus 600.
Hey, look, hate all you want.
You did. That's a
Shopley.
fact. I'm saying facts. That's a fact.
Yeah, facts.
Minus 600. Facts.
Sure.
Fact.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Fact.
Yeah.
It was. You can't dispute it.
Look, I'm just saying. Good Lord, you're so loud.
Hey.
Okay, so how we have how many again? How many?
22.
22. 22. That's right. But yeah, by the time Long Shopley's done, it's going to be down to like 7. So
I can't control any of this. You think
I'm going to say, I will say that I'm going to go 5 cup sets.
5 cup sets. John.
7.
7 cup sets.
Frederick W. Freeman homered in his first at bat against the Braves.
Bum.
Esquire.
3
Oh,
cup
Mr.
sets.
Braves!
And he
and
he apparently cried in his pregame interview on Sports South.
I miss Atlanta. I should have never left you.
Blame your agent.
Talk to your agent. Yep.
That's my thoughts.
Get out of here.
I went with 3 cup sets. I don't think there's going to be a lot of cup sets. All right. Couple segments we have to hit that are very important.
No.
One we haven't done in a long time. Nick, this one will make you happy. Where we are in the charts.
Hey.
So,
That's true.
I broke that out. We are in the Apple Podcasts sports chart, where we fell out of the charts of all podcasts, not even the sports podcast. We fell out of the all podcast chart in Sierra Leone.
Boo.
But on the sports podcast category in Sierra Leone, we are number 38.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
That is absolutely awesome. We are number 114 in the sports category on Apple Podcasts in Bolivia.
Oh,
What's happening in Bolivia?
We are number 129 in the sports category in Nicaragua.
I like it. Lake Nicaragua has freshwater sharks, do they not? Isn't that they have like the Lake Nicaragua where they have the sharks?
I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. We are number 160 in the Dominican Republic.
Understood.
The Dominican. Do love me the Dominican.
We are number 177 in Peru.
Peru.
That's
because they know what's happening because one of my Italian brothers is
Gianluca Lapadula.
Are you building or are you just finding random countries?
No, this is we're on these
list.
charts, John.
No, but I didn't know if you were like increasing to a particular
No,
point.
we started the other way. We went from the top number. We're working backwards.
Okay.
The last one we're on the list is number 243 in Paraguay
Paraguay.
in the sports category.
Sweet.
We are in sports reach according to Chartable. We are number 270 in USA Sports Podcasts.
A question to the floor.
Yes.
Have any MLS teams signed Tito Villalba?
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. So didn't know if that had changed over the past.
If not,
2
he's
years.
still at Libertad.
Okay.
They paid $4 million for him, according to the reports in Paraguay, and people are still angry about that.
Cool. Hey guys, guess who the current champions of the U.S. Open Cup are?
I think they reside in the 404.
Oh, okay, good. Yep. Yeah. Also accurate.
Yes.
No teams have signed Mauro Icardi, and nor should they because he's a brainless puppet.
So if you got Mauro Icardi and Donnarumma in the same room.
Now, hold on. You're jumping ahead. We are first checking, based on seniority, any news on Nicholas Bentner. Lord Bentner. I don't think he's done anything for the last couple weeks.
He's a boring bum now.
His show must be like on hiatus or between seasons.
They're shooting things and they haven't released the new season yet.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, I scroll a couple pages down on the Google News and I get to a 2014 article from The Guardian that is headlined, Nicholas Bentner dropped his pants and rubbed himself on my taxi. That's all I got.
Could they reach the taxi for comment?
It was 2014. I don't know if the taxi talked. I'm not checking on that. I don't need to know anything further. If he wants to rub himself on a taxi, good for him.
That's a hard one.
I mean, whatever. Mauro Icardi.
Different kind of fair.
Careful, John. Be careful. Let's also include Wanda in the search because, things could get pretty good.
Hey.
And it looks like we got something.
Uh-oh.
Mauro Icardi, Wanda Nara, and China Suarez offer up another chapter of their social media soap opera. The terrible trio are at it again. What?
I want the People's Court theme for the Icardis. Yeah, really? That'd be great.
So this is from Bola VIP.
Yes, Bola VIP.
Bola VIP. Oh boy. Okay, so they kind of recharge everything here to let you know what's going on. I believe China Suarez is an Argentine model who shared flirtatious messages with Mauro back in October that sparked the massive crisis.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it had a strange apology letter, all hearts amended, all this stuff. It's all good. Well, it looks like China Suarez simply won't quit.
Uh-oh.
So Wanda is in Argentina doing promotional appearances while Icardi is finishing a rather disappointing season at PSG.
I'm shocked.
Man, Bola Vip is just going at Mauro big time. Let's see. There's nothing here. So allegedly she sent another message to Mauro, and allegedly Wanda didn't really care because she posted a photo of them kissing and saying back home. And everybody's happy.
That's because there's no other player who's going to let her reach in and do the brainectomy and
it has been reported that Wanda Nara is in charge of all of Mauro Icardi's assets.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
One of the keys to keep them together was that Nara would handle and obtain all of Icardi's net worth. Okay. Wow. So there's a lot of talk about this China Suarez and her sending a message to Mauro while Wanda was in Argentina. But now China denies it.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
She has used her Instagram account to deny an approach with Mauro Icardi.
Denied. Didn't happen.
That's the latest in the terrible trios stuff.
Didn't happen.
She denies it. I don't know if it happened or didn't happen.
Yeah.
But Wanda has allegedly control of all of Mauro's assets.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look. What you do in your life is your business, Sarah Mauro, but I'm just letting you know. I mean.
Oh, Coco wants to send Mauro to Charlotte.
I wouldn't let that happen to me.
Mauro Icardi in Charlotte. I don't think Miguel Angel Ramirez would care for Mauro and Wanda and China Suarez and the terrible trio. I think he might have another.
That would make for some interesting press conference.
Yeah, I think he might have another press conference bomb.
Mm-hmm.
if he had to deal with Mauro.
He's done in Europe. Yes, Coco. He's done in Europe.
He's going to play for the Tactical Bunny.
No,
No,
Tactical Bunny's too good for him.
Okay.
There's-
Is he going to play for Chicken NFC?
No, Chicken Inn far too business savvy
Love that chicken.
to.
You
mess
could put
with
Mauro in the
Cardi.
chicken suit.
Why? They want players who attempt to actually like exert effort.
No, I'm just saying,
On
like,
something
he could be the
besides
mascot.
Instagram.
He could be the mascot.
No,
Mauro to
I'm not
LA.
gonna have him. Why would he? What? Mauro can't handle that.
Las Vegas Lights. There you go, Coco.
There you
Now
go.
it's-
Yep.
Yes.
Mauro is the llama wrangler.
That's it.
There you go.
He's the llama wrangler, and no, don't do that to the poor people of Anchorage.
No.
Like that's the thing. The circus. Does Las Vegas still have the jerseys with the smile emoji? Like if you pull.
Yeah,
it up?
I'm sure they do. But I mean, the last thing you need is Ringling Brothers, Barnum, and Icardi. I mean, that's just
That's Vegas
You
is
were
perfect.
working on that one for a while, weren't you?
about 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So yeah, there's no way. I don't know any team in Europe that's of top flight that would sign him. Like there's no reason for it. He's too expensive. You have to deal with Wanda. No, you don't want any of that.
Man, I guess this has been like a big thing over the last few days with this whole like
With China,
with China, Suarez, and all of it, and it's just everybody's discussing it, and debating it, and wondering. And I mean, I have to come back to this tweet from underscore THFC 1882. I often think how good Mauro Icardi would have been if Wanda never existed.
if he had let Lopez continue to mentor him and not completely tactically nuked that relationship.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's going to be watching the World Cup. He should be playing in the World Cup.
He should be playing in the World Cup.
He might be coming off the bench for Argentina, but he should be in that squad. He will not be anywhere near that
He
squad.
won't be anywhere near that squad.
No. They're not going to let him be a mascot.
Near it.
They're not going to let him in the
Nowhere
country when
near
the team's in the country, just in case. They don't want that stank get anywhere near.
Mm.
I mean, Inter built a team around him at the attack, and they were like, yeah, we're going to implode all of that to get this dude out of here.
Yeah.
We're just going to set that whole thing on fire to get this dude out.
I do like the idea of Chalice coaching Mauro Icardi, though.
That'd be awesome.
He would club him with,
He would.
he would get like 45
He
minutes
would.
into the game. He'd be like, the ref would be like, the fourth official has indicated there will be 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes. And so it's like, you have 3 minutes to go get me a tire iron. And then like comes running out with a cigarette.
The center official has added a minute. He's added another minute of stoppage time.
Drags in the cigarette as he said,
He's not even. It's just not. It's two acts at once. There's no problems here.
You can tell who's grown up in like an Italian household. Anybody that's ever been beaten by someone who's taking a drag off a cigarette at the same time.
Oh yeah. Uh huh. Yeah, where there's no the cigarette stays the whole time, and it's like this is here the whole time. It's just the action is still going on. It's like there's absolutely no
Man, if he went to play for like South Georgia Tormenta, it'd be somebody like smacking him with a switch.
Mm-hmm.
Go get me the switch.
He couldn't survive Statesboro. He couldn't survive Statesboro.
Do you know about the switch, Nick?
I am well aware of the switch.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure. It's a pretty southern thing. So
Well aware.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want the switch.
Mm-mm.
Nobody wants.
But keep in mind, both sides of my family
know.
originated in Savannah, so there's some low country. There's some low countryness.
There's some low country English attached to
with some.
Yep.
Yeah, I have some family in Puller.
Oh wow!
We are well aware of the
out
switch.
by the airport. Out by the airport, they know about the switch.
They know about the switch.
Know about the switch. Mauro would know about the switch. He would love Mardi Gras Coco, and he would probably be arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And Wanda would then take all of his assets.
That is true.
And keep them. And
Absolutely true.
He would have to try to send messages to China Suarez, and he wouldn't have his phone anymore because it would be turned off.
Nope.
That's going to do it.
Yep.
For us.
All right.
No Bentner news. We're in the charts in different places. It's good stuff. What do you got, Nick?
If you have yet to file your taxes or an extension,
I did.
whew,
Filed them.
I didn't like it, but I did.
It is squeaky bum time, my friends. Squeaky bum time.
I didn't like it. Now, what I did read, and I'm not advocating this by any stretch, because if you're listening to this later, it's probably too late.
Yes.
But if you are getting a refund,
See,
they're not going to ding your refund.
no, they're not.
You'll get your refund when you file, but don't be stupid and chance it. Don't bring
I
anything in. If you're
yeah.
paying, you better file by midnight. They're coming to get you.
Yeah. See,
Probably
I
they're not
have
actually coming to get you, but they'll jack that number up.
as someone with severe ADHD, let me tell you, there's been a time or two when I have missed that deadline.
Oh.
But they owed me money, and that's the only thing that kept me from being in a bad place. I'm like, hold up, can I still file? And someone who I knew at the H&R Block was like, yeah, you can file. It's okay, you idiot. This is before TurboTax, guys. This is way back.
Freetaxusa.com.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
Or
It's
when
not-
you
it's
or
not
when
exactly
you have
free.
or when you have an accountant as a wife.
Well, yeah, you kind of have the advantage over everybody, but
It's like I need this, and I need this, and I'm like, okay, here.
Yeah, for the rest of us, freetaxusa.com or whoever else you talk to. We are not doing a 4-hour show. We're going to
We're
sleep.
going home.
We get tremendous
we're at
value
home,
when
John.
you
We're
get
at
soccer
home.
over
We don't
there.
have to go home. We're going to sleep.
Yes,
I am anyway.
Yes.
Uncle Sam Taxman. No, it has nothing to do with the Italian or Spanish Taxman. It's a whole different level.
Yeah,
it's not like that. It's not like that at all. I'm not. The Italian Taxman is the one I'm most worried about.
Mm-hmm.
The Spanish Taxman, I think, could probably be bribed.
The Italian taxman shows up with Guardia di Finanza, and they have they roll up with HKs, so they're not.
You got nothing.
They're not playing.
The
games.
Uncle Sam Taxman, I mean, might show up, might not. You never know. You flip your coin.
No,
you don't want to find out.
He trusts me. He shows up.
Oh well, John met him then, but I don't think he shows up like the Italians.
No, John has met him firsthand.
That's not good. Well, it wasn't like the Italians, I'm assuming, because you're still talking to us.
That's true.
So that's good. I'm not trusting any of them. File your taxes. You got like an hour.
Yep.
Yeah. So get to it. You got an hour and 8 minutes.
I'm going to sleep.
You do that.
Send us home, Nick.
All right. Frederick W. Freeman III is the tax man. Bum. That guy out of here. And I'm not even a Braves fan. He's a bum.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for everybody for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful tax day. If you owe money to Uncle Sam, don't play games with that mess. Handle it quickly as humanly possible. And if not, talk to your man, because I may know some people who can get things done for you, if you just need help or whatever. But anyway, look, we love you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week. We'll see you next Monday for more hijinks and shenanigans, where you're going to learn about teams like Chicken Inn and the nuclear-capable combat tactical rabbit. Buonanotte.